And then everybody goes dead silent.
What else are we good for?
Spare parts.
Okay, so all you want me to do is convert your vector art to Chelong.
No, just literally put the names in Chalong so other people can reference it.
You said you made vector art and put the names in already.
I did. But what does that... You already have the list, don't you? I thought you just made a list. You was on...
said put the names in, i.e. you assigned where they were on the bracket.
No, I literally just put the names in a list. Like, I don't have them arranged in any sort of bracket. Oh my goodness.
I'm bad-mouthing you in the server I'm in, just so you know.
Alright. I would like to put all the blame onto Archix for not letting me launch Cosmoteer last night at 3 a.m.
Arctic? Are you talking about me?
No, there is in fact an Arch Linux distro called Archix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's actually funny. I didn't realize.
You see, one of Chloe's defining traits is he uses Linux.
Trace, that's my core identity, you mean? Oh boy.
I see, so you have a superiority complex over your very secure and personalized operating system.
Indubitably.
Indubitably!
Okay, Chelong actually died, so it's not just on your end. I guess I'll make a Battlefly account.
No, I tried Battlefly, it doesn't work.
Okay, well, can I make a vector graphic then?
I'll just do the vector graphic. We'll worry about it.
After all that whining, you're finally gonna do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Please keep in mind that is a 13 seed with losers bracket.
Oh, we're doing losers bracket?
Actually 12 seeds, because one team dropped out and the other one just didn't show.
Okay, 12 seeds losers bracket. We're doing the losers bracket on Sunday, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just do the normal bracket for now. We can worry about that later.
The bolded names are supposed to be further along because that's how the seeding works. Blah 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 blah.
Apply alpha in linear space? How does that work?
3-minute warning!
Oh my goodness.
No pressure, Chloe.
No pressure. No, not at all. Okay.
Where do we normally post the streams anyways?
I post it in announcements, typically.
Oh.
What if we just make the bracket live? We let the viewers decide how the bracket goes.
That is a bad idea.
Boy.
It's certainly
Oh,
one of the
great.
best I've ever-
Captain Redstone will be right back. Good timing. Right. I think I've almost got everything.
Alright, hang on. I need to find... What? I tried to search myself up to see some of the form fill stuff that I put into the tournament chat, and like people were talking about me. I didn't even notice this. Who was the energetic guy? I've never seen him around before. Oh, that was Atris. Okay.
Okay, for some reason, Cosmoteer will refuse to show up on OBS. That's awesome. I love when stuff
Close
works.
OBS and reopen it. Trust me, it's such a feffing pain, but yeah, that's how you do it.
It literally is. I don't understand.
It's dumb, just don't worry about it. Alright, hang on, let me
I won't worry about it when I can see Cosmoteer on the stream. What? Capture method. Windows automatic. What? This is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm just gonna do game capture. Let's see if that works. Oh wait, sorry. So did you want the little Discord overlay so that people can see who's talking?
Well, I did, but then there's only 3 casters, so I mean, yes, but I could probably go without since there's only 3.
Okay. I'll just put it in. Okay. It is still not showing up on this. Do I need to restart Cosmoteer maybe? I don't understand, bro. Can't I even just do display capture? Is OBS not working? Display capture. Okay, that works. What? That's when I'm gonna have to display capture the entire stream. Okay. Right. This is atrocious. Why? Okay. I'm going to launch Cosmoteer, and then I will launch OBS.
Okay, so we're using tournament chat, right?
Does not work.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I need to know who's up.
Okay, well, I'll tell you who's up when my stream actually shows up.
Ah, for
On
crying out
OBS.
loud. Alright.
If you can just
Okay.
send a blank image of it, I can like help keep track of that within the channel.
Okay, can we just this is the blurb of a list I put down. I don't think those are all the people who are actually attending because Sarah said some of them were missing. So let me know which one of those were not. And those are also their in-game names since it was very confusing.
Only ASF are not there.
Okay, I'll delete that.
Don't know why, but Cosmic is also not anywhere.
Yeah, I'll just
Despite
remove
the-
it for now, but well, I can leave them in, and if it doesn't show up, I can move it later. I don't understand. It literally, it captures my display just fine, but capturing a specific window. Wait, can I try? Let's try another window. See if Inkscape capture. No. What? What's wrong with OBS?
The problem is I'm too close to it. I apologize.
Okay, no, Inkscape does capture. So it's just Cosmoteer that's not letting me capture.
Are you in full screen?
That might be the issue. Okay, let's change it to. It says borderless full screen. So let's
Yeah,
try.
that's the default.
Let's try exclusive. Yes. Okay, let's see if that works.
If anything, I think exclusive would hurt, but it's worth a shot.
Okay, it's not doing either.
Try a window just for the heck of it.
I guess. Okay, it shows up on resizable window.
That's weird.
Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to have a black bar for the entire stream. For this is ridiculous.
It's certainly one of the tactics, Evan.
That is certainly one of the streams ever.
Okay, Team
Okay.
1, who is up?
Team 1,
Yeah.
we're gonna have Nug, Souths.
Hang on.
Cosmoteer.
Nug as in Nuggets Guardian?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
No,
Nuggets
Nug
Guardian,
as in...
because people insist on having the most asinine nicknames is Kawa.
Oh
Why
yeah,
is
no,
Nuggets
that's still
Guardian?
Nuggets Guardian. That's still Nuggets Guardian.
No.
Yeah,
it's
I just
not.
hovered over it. It says Kawa. I just added the right person.
Okay, well, if you're saying Kawa and Salif, that still doesn't work because I'm Kawa's teammate. I'm telling you, it is Nug and Salif, not the other way around.
Okay, so I'm adding Nug. Who's Nug?
If you type at NUGG, you'll see Nuggets Guardian, and the one right underneath that is Nug
Okay.
upside down.
Alright.
It's that one.
Fuck him. Alright. And then who is
Yeah.
who's Nug's teammate?
Salif.
As an SALEPHZ?
Yes.
Okay. Team 2, who's they?
Slokina and Zikwe. ZQUEY.
Hang on. ZQU. Okay, and the other one?
Slokin?
Oh gosh, hang on. Okay. What did you say again? Porkid? Porkadime?
What? Slokin.
Oh, okay. Slow King, thank you.
As in Slow King.
Yeah, I know. But the problem is that your thing isn't the best connection.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So when you get a chance, could you give me the users for the second match? No hurry.
Yeah.
Wrong Salfez. Shit. Beth. Feffing.
Okay, well, it won't let me put the game title in the stream because it's just YouTube having an aneurysm. I guess that's par for the course, if anything. Okay, now it's not letting me scroll down.
Beth. Okay.
Okay, so I guess
they are asking
we're...
for a bracket.
Alright, send them the bracket. I don't know.
Any way we can put it into Chalong. Like, somebody quickly, please.
Okay, I have John open. I can try doing it again. Let's see.
Okay. Well, we have people now. Where is the stream? Oh.
I'm waiting for Polar to finish the bracket.
Oh, joy.
I'm waiting for OBS to actually work.
Hang on. I'll
Okay.
post. I can post mine. I'm currently recording for posterity, but I'm also streaming, so.
Okay.
I think it'd be better to have like the official one.
I can center the window so we only have minimal black borders on top and bottom. What joy! The images I made now don't center right because of that. Love this so much. Okay. Oh my, you're serious? This is ridiculous. Okay, what if I?
Alright.
Maybe if I turn VSync off. Okay. Wait, is it actually? Oh my gosh, it shows now. Bruh. Okay, apparently just switching it to I switched it to windowed and then back to borderless full screen and now it works. So awesome.
It's magic.
It's magic.
And the really weird thing is, internally, for the most part, borderless full screen is windowed mode without the little bar at the top.
Yeah. Alright, let's join.
Wait a second. Yeah, why are they in the same team?
Huh?
Stronger teams are supposed to be further apart, and then for the first match, it's two very strong teams. What is this?
I was told that this was how it was. Oh my gosh.
I thought you wanted me to put the stronger teams first.
No,
and then...
put them farther apart. Put them as far apart as possible for 10
So they want them to
finals.
just beat up the little guys?
Yes, that's unironically yes, because it makes for a more interesting stream.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm copy pasting your list into Chalong. And whatever it spits out.
I am sorry for the further delay.
It's Pollard for not making the bracket. It's like one of two things.
Correction,
To be honest.
Saris. We do have a stream. It's just not the official stream. It's the backup stream.
Well, we
Okay,
didn't
I
clear a
have it
backup
set.
stream.
Let's see
There was
if I
this
can
is the first time this is
share.
being discussed.
Okay, fine. We'll do instead of. Why can't I join the lobby? What? Okay, in. Okay, instead of Floking and Zekwe, we'll do Cosmic. Oh no, Cosmic's not here. We'll do.
I think they check in actually, but
They
that is
did.
yeah.
Okay, let's just do Ethan and Game Night.
Okay, hang on. At
Are they-
Ethan.
Ethan and Game Night are another strong pair.
Oh my goodness. Fine, you pick.
Roll up
Okay,
once and you
Solemn
can-
Q. Solemn Q. We'll do Iliand and Solemn Q.
Okay, solemn. Shit. Ah, there he is. Solom Q. And what did you say the other guy was?
Iliand. It's spelled really weird.
Found him. Illyandad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so no, you're putting the wrong person.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Gosh dang it. Ugh.
Okay, I cannot connect to the lobby. What the heck? I don't understand. I'm trying to connect to. Okay, let me try the other one. Okay, I joined Captain Redstone's just fine, but I can't join Artros's game.
Is it timeout?
Yeah, it says timeout.
The solution is to try restarting the game. Hopefully that doesn't mess up OBS again.
Let's try that.
And if that doesn't work, Atros needs to restart his game. And if that doesn't work, good luck.
We're screwed.
Yeah.
We'll cancel. We'll move it to next month.
All right.
I guess
Okay,
if that
so
doesn't work,
do I need
if
to
everyone-
reset? Do I need to reset my game? Because I just got everybody in.
No, we don't. Okay, hold on. Let me check. Let me try
Okay,
again.
Solemn Q and Ilianad and Zikwe and Slowking, these guys need to be kicked. Kick.
Okay, I'm in.
Wait, why are
We
you
have
taking
finally done it.
Why are you taking Solemn Q and Ilianid?
Wait,
What?
what? No.
What? You literally just told me to. Oh my goodness, dude. Literally make the bracket. If you ask me to do
Oh,
this
for
one more
fuck's sake.
time,
Okay.
just make the bracket ours.
Hang
okay?
hang on. Okay, so it's... Solemn
It is
Q needs to
Nug,
go.
Salifs, Ilianid, and Solemn Q.
Okay. And then Slowking is here for some reason. Wait. Oh my god! Okay, the one that I have. The one that has just been posted by Nug for some reason is Nug, Verified Saris Clone, Ilianad, and Solemn Q, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So Polar,
Verified Sarah's clone is Salifs.
Polar Bear needs to be Observer, yes?
Yes.
And then Slowking needs to be kicked. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Good. We're good to go.
Right.
Okay, I sent you the stream key.
I am ready to start streaming. Are you guys okay? Hold on. I haven't even checked like any of my mic settings. Okay, it looks like it's fine based on just OBS. It's like right at the green bar, so I think we should be good. Discord audio capture is not making any noise, so that's awesome. Sure, can you guys try saying something again?
No, we cannot try saying anything again. Sorry.
Okay,
I'm
desktop
definitely
audio
never-
is working, but Discord audio capture does not. That's awesome. We're just gonna use desktop audio. Okay.
Definitely not gonna say anything like test 1 2 3 or test 3 2 1. Nothing like that.
All right. Yeah, I guess you guys just have to let me know live how to balance the audio. So it's mostly good though.
Okay. Is everybody good to go? Is everybody in? Everybody it? Yes? Maybe?
Yes.
It does look like all the teams are ready. Polar Bear, are you ready?
Polar Bear is still not streaming.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't have the stream up, and we still need to do like introduction.
Yep. Okay, I've
say
started
everyone-
the stream. Do you see it?
I do see the stream.
All right. Is the audio working?
Probably.
Probably. That's really assuring.
Okay.
Well, it's better than everything else thus far.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so all the right people, because it is Nug and Salifs versus Solemn Q and Ilianid. They're all there. And for
Yes.
this, it's going to be Atris casting, and that's it.
Hello, I am Atris.
Polar, are you going to make the bracket, or shall I? Because
You are going to make the bracket because you have had too many
Okie-dokie.
opinions on what I should do.
I gave very clear instructions.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways. Thank you all for showing up to this February tournament. I don't really know what else to say.
So this tournament is going to be pretty similar to the last one. Not a lot of change in the updates, except for they have added spotlights. So there is technically some new strategies with that, but I don't think it's going to have a huge impact.
It would seem that Team 1 hasn't actually named their ships correctly.
That's fun. That's fun.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so Selphis is ready, Nugnug is ready, Solemn Q is ready, Ilianid, I'm ready, Polar Bear is ready, let's go! Stream's up, right? I didn't just do the dumb, did I?
Yes.
Okay,
Stream is up.
let's go!
I'm now leaving. Goodbye. Good luck.
No!
He's leaving us. That's it. All right.
Okay.
Game is now beginning. I will turn off the round image so they can actually see the match happen. Awesome. All right. Okay. I will start by introducing Falf and Nugnug's ships. So they're both using the same rail orbiter. Looks like it's going to be heavily focused on speed and firepower. Over here we have Ilianad and Solemn Q. Ilianad has a nuke barge of the looks. Not a lot of armor on the front and not a lot of speed.
It does
I
seem
guess
to
it is
have...
huge thruster.
It's built diagonally, which is interesting, but is perfect for a missile build.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then Solemn Q has a missile, I guess it's a barge.
Those
Yeah,
are some big
it's a barge.
balls!
Yeah, they both have some pretty big, interesting shapes there.
Why?
I don't know. But he does have a very interesting, like, orbital, or not orbital, spinner core shield thing that will be interesting to see work.
Is there a purpose behind it? I guess it's to refresh the shields.
Yeah, so as the
Okay.
shields spin and get knocked out, the new shields will come to the around and refresh.
Fair
So it
enough,
gives you
fair
more
enough.
regen. But honestly, I don't think it's worth the effort versus just having the large shields.
Team 1 seems to be taking the initiative and taking the center of the field, while Team 2 is a little bit slower on the trot.
Oh. It looks like Team 2 is splitting up. I think they might they're trying to go for flanking or something, but that doesn't really work with orbiters as they're much faster than them.
As they are nuke builds, actually, splitting them up might be the right move.
Yeah. It's probably a
Although
good
it looks
idea.
like Team 1, Nug is going straight for Ilianad.
Yeah. There's no chance that Solemn Q at this point is really going to catch up.
It's also not lost on me that Ilianad's at Achilles Sova Piata 3 is a that is also a very interesting shape. Oh, and the first rail fan has been fired by Nug.
Nope,
Ilianad is taking
not a lot of damage.
a few hits on the nose, and he started his volley. However, Selphis is about to also fire his rails
These rails are going to do some damage. Here we go.
right into the side, and that has split Ilianad's ship almost entirely in half. He's lost his maneuvering section.
Here goes the nukes from Ilianad. I don't think Nug's going to dodge at this range, so he's going to have to just brunt force the nukes right there.
Yeah, no, Nug is just face tanking that. Game is out of sync. Uh-oh. Ilianad
Make sure to
seems to be
pause the
the
game.
culprit. I am trying to pause the game. Hang on.
It'll show back and you just pause it when it reconnects. Yeah, Ilianad seems to have some connection issues, so
Yep.
it's expected with a peer-to-peer game.
Oh, I can't seem to
Did you
pause
pause?
it. I'm trying.
I don't think did you not turn on
I did.
control?
No, I did. But now I don't
Huh.
seem to have any control whatsoever. Hang on.
Oh, wait. Huh. Not sure. But as we can see, Ilianad is pretty torn up now. He just has... Well, he does have the rear reactor still, but he has a few missiles left, and he's not in any position to fight back against two orbiter rails that are now lining up a second shot to his other reactor. Not enough penetration to get through.
Ilianad is still fighting, and it seems like Solemn Q is coming in, but is wasting their nukes on the asteroid for some reason. Their left side nukes are moving in. Or no, those are just missiles. Those are regular missiles. Excuse me. Alright, Nug is still taking a pounding to their armor. Turning away
By the
for
way,
some
I'm
reason to
streaming.
engage Solemn Q.
Just be quiet, I guess.
Sorry?
Sorry. I was talking to my roommate. I'm muted on stream.
Ah, gotcha.
Alright, so... Yep. South is finishing up Ilianad, and Solemn Q is coming in. Looks like a rail has been taken out. Nope, that is just a remnant nuke explosion. I am mistaken.
Solemn Q does not seem to be in a very good position right now. While they have a
Yeah.
lot of missiles in play, the railguns are going to penetrate right through the rear of Solemn Q and take out their main reactor. They have one reactor left of their main drivetrain. However, their spinners are still active for whatever that's worth. And Nug just comes through and cuts their ship up even more. This does look to be the end for Team 2, as both of them do not have enough power to move their ships properly. Nug looking to get that final reactor kill. However, Selphis comes in with the final kill. However, the match doesn't seem to be over, as Solemn Q has those spinners, which may either prolong the match, but I don't see Team 2 winning this anytime soon.
Here's some nukes coming in from the corpse of Ilianad.
Mostly just intercepted by the debris there.
Yeah. I think this is a pretty cut and dry game.
this
Solemn
is-
Q and Ilianad definitely need to work a little bit more on staying together, like next round.
I'm hoping that they come up with some other designs, or at least produce a few more designs during this match, because I'm not sure these nuke and missile builds are going to penetrate all that armor. Alright, just waiting for Team 1 to finish off Team 2 here.
Yeah. I mean, they might as well forfeit, but if they really think they have a chance, they can keep playing. But I really don't think there's any chance of them getting through all that armor with the few nukes they have left. That
Not to
I
mention they
don't
keep hitting
believe
you.
are able to target. Because he does not have a control room on this ship, so there's no targeting available. Unless, of course, he targeted before he died, which I think they do save their targeting.
They do.
Yes, so.
Well, while we wait for this to play out, I'm gonna go grab some water.
Good idea. I should
Also
probably
put on some
finish
elevator
the rest
music.
of the bracket. Yeah. And there is the rail to finish off Solemn Q. The 95% destruction means that that control room doesn't need to be killed. All right. And with that, we are moving into round 2 of the February Team PvP tournament.
Alright, I am back. The results are very much like we thought. Are we doing a second round?
Yep, it's best 2 out of 3.
Alright.
So let's see if they switch up their ships for this next round.
It looks like
Or-
Team 1 is going with the same railfan design that we've seen
Yeah.
before.
Sometimes the best strategy is to just work on one ship instead of optimizing several. So it would make sense that they are focusing all their efforts on that ship. And it is definitely a strong contender. Leonid seems to be switching up for a deck cannon ship, and Solemn Q is
Q's-
going for the same nuke barge.
Yep.
All right.
Salphas, however, has stopped being ready. It looks like they might be trying to counterpick. Let's see what they do. It is rather interesting, the Ilianad deck. Yeah, it does seem to be a deck cannon. But I don't actually see any deck cannons on it. Then again, my
Right.
eyesight's not all that good. Has Salphas readied up?
No, I'd send him a ping real quick. Not sure what he's waiting for. Okay, there, he's ready
There
now.
we go, alright.
All right, now we're going into round 2.
Alright, Team 2 is bloodied but not unbowed. Or, bloodied but unbowed, not whatever.
I suppose I should leave the image up until the round actually begins. Okay. Oh, and by the way, the next round appears to be Cosmic, Destroyer, and Cheese, or Cosmic and Destroyer versus Cheese and Mongoose. So.
For me or for the other person?
For the other person, Captain Redstone. So
You should
I'm just
probably...
letting the stream know so
Okay.
they can be prepared. Okay. So yeah, Ilianad has a new deck cannon ship over here. He has a lot of reactors for a deck cannon ship.
That is rather fascinating. I believe that's to run all of his engines, though.
Yeah, he does have quite a few engines there. So over here, Solemn Q is the same nuke/missile barge, and on Team 1, South is still using same rail orbiter as well as Nuck. So we're getting some decreased performance from Ilianad's internet connection.
Yeah. If I had a soundboard, I'd be playing the dial-up sounds at this moment. However,
Yes.
looking at Ilianad's deck gunship, it does seem to have a ridiculous amount of armor. My goodness.
But definitely not enough armor in the back to stop a full rail volley, so he's still gonna have to watch out.
Yes, he will. And he doesn't have any side-to-side thrusts to turn quickly, so he's going to have to position very carefully. Probably if he put his butt to one of the asteroids, he'd actually be able to defend himself. However, he has no backwards thrust either.
Yeah, one of the best strategies against these all-forward thrust orbiters would be trying to get them stuck against an asteroid because it'll take them quite a while to get unstuck. But I don't think either of the other team has enough maneuverability.
Solemn Q's Piata might be able to maneuver out of that because it does have a semblance of directional thrust.
Yeah.
All right. We're getting into the nitty-gritty now as Team 1 is actually starting to encircle Team 2. Nugnug going down, Salphas going up, and the first volley from Ilianad is just about to hit Salphas. Breaking like water upon the prow of that ship.
Looks
Ilianad
like
turning
trying to go around for a snipe on the back of Solemn Q.
Salphas is maneuvering to keep their butt away from the enemy. However, as you said, Salphas is bringing the hurt right into Solemn Q's main reactors, crippling the ship once again. A mighty shame. However, Nugnug has actually done Solemn Q a favor and pushed them into position to continue fighting. Meanwhile, Ilianad will have to pick up the slack, as they're actually firing manually. All of their guns are being fired in specific directions.
Yeah, with deck cannons, that seems to be a very good strategy, especially because of how.
However, he has made a fatal miscalculation as he has charged in instead of trying to face his rear towards an asteroid.
A bunch of rails in the rear from south.
Yep,
here.
and right up the backside.
Ooh,
however,
just enough armor to save it.
The lateral momentum actually causing the rails to hit a different piece of armor every single time, which saved Ilianad from a very, very embarrassing moment right there. Ilianad's armor still holding out. A couple of missiles from Solemn Q's Piata does seem to be making it through. The nukes are actually showing up and being a threat. However, it seems that Self is planning on ending the Piata soon. Team 1 is now encircling Ilianad, trying to get that juicy back-end shot. However, if Ilianad can turn quick enough, he may be able to avoid disaster again. Nug going for that shot, even though it's just going to. Oh, he's aiming for the ammo storages. Ammo storages have touched off. Ilianad is now on a ticking time bomb.
No, but we're aiming at the reactor. It's down to 1,000 health now. They timed their rails to perfectly hit the same spot. That is an interesting strategy.
Very, very effective as it seems.
Yeah,
Ilianad is now focusing on the what seems to be the more damaged of the two. However, Nug is again either aiming for the reactor or aiming for the ammo reserves, and more fires and more cadet guns are now missing off of Ilianad's ship. Is
If
now
Soph had skipped that rail volley for just a few seconds, he would have been able to unleash it on the control room. But
the countdown does seem to have begun. However, some sneaky little missiles from from Solemn Q's Piata.
ooh, there's a reactor.
Oh
and
no!
Ilianad's-
Ilianad seems to have lost about a fourth of their ship and their maneuverability.
A single rail was able to get right through.
And it would seem that Team 1 is again cleaning up. However, Team 2 does seem to have a surprising amount of tonnage for one ship being disabled. And that's because one ship still has a control room.
The nukes are hitting the rear. South.
Oh,
Ooh, but here comes railgun to the CR. Not enough to get through that armor.
Salfis is maneuvering up, pressing his nose right up against the back, getting ready for a full barrage right to the bum. It's a very technical term, the bum. Alright,
I think ramming is really their greatest strategy here, since you usually want to be far away to accurately aim your rails.
or at least get the rail fan effect to actually happen.
Yeah. Looks like fire is about to cut off the control room. In fact, it does not have crew. That is why it hasn't been able to maneuver this whole time.
And that's very interesting, because don't you need the control room to accurately fire the deck guns?
Yeah, he must have targeted them earlier, and they're just following what they were last targeted to.
Interestingly enough, Solemn Q is still hammering away with missiles, even though that's just plinking away at these two titans of rail fans.
Another reactor going off on
Solemn Q.
Pinata, Solemn Q.
And it does seem like Team 2's Ilianad's deck gun is now non-functional. It still has deck guns, but I'm afraid I don't think it's going to be able to receive any commands, so it is out of the running. Team 1 has sniped that second core, and Team 1 will advance.
Alright, so yeah, as I said earlier, next up, Cosmic and Destroyer versus Cheese and Mongoose, where Captain Redstone will be joining me for the commentation.
Cosmic and Destroyer?
Well, technically, Polar, you're actually joining me for the commentation.
True, that is true. Okay, oh, I do not have the, okay, hold on.
Have you guys made the announcement to get them in?
Yep, they're already in.
Yeah, we're ready to go as soon as Polar is.
Okay.
Yep, alright.
Right, so on the left here, we have Zachary at the top there, also known as the Destroyer. Looks to have a laser sort of avoider wall, and his partner Cosmic has a pretty generic looking ion barge. On the right side we have a lot of different ships from the Mongoose and Cheese. Looks like they're going to be using swarm tactics for the most part. They have a bunch of missile ships, some nuke ships, looks like a black cannon wall.
And they have a single rail kiter.
Yep.
Interesting strategies. Yeah, the ion barge will be particularly strong against swarms because it's able to capture them in its hooks and kite them off one by one.
Well, that's kind of a matter of piloting sometimes. Even though it's really effective against swarms because swarms don't have good defense, ion barges are also usually very weak on the sides and rear, and swarms are very good at attacking the sides and rear. Looks like the Railkite is going to be the first ship to engage. Pretty much all by itself. Not sure it's going to be able to turn in time. And you can see how much damage the ions are already doing. And there goes the railgun. So that ship's pretty much incapacitated already.
Oh,
At the top of the screen there, you can see Zachary is starting to engage with some of those missile ships.
yeah. The wall is going to be a little bit more vulnerable since it has no armor on the rear, but it is able to outspeed most of those ships.
Yeah, the advantage it has with less armor is it's a lot more maneuverable, so theoretically it should have an easier time preventing those swarm ships from getting fully behind it. Missiles,
Especially
though,
as he utilizes the asteroid, which is actually getting the swarm ship stuck because RTS is not good at avoiding asteroids.
Yeah. If you do have one weapon to pick against a wall like that, though, it is probably missiles, because they love to miss and arc around and hit the back. Going back to the bottom here, we can see a few more ships have engaged with the ion barge there. Railkite is running for its life.
There
So
goes
for
two more of the nuke swarm ships.
yeah, those nukes, Cosmic is going to need to be very careful to avoid all of those because just two nukes could probably get through that side and especially back armor and do some serious damage. At the
I'm
top
not
there,
quite sure why Cheese is putting them so close. I suppose they do have to be close to fire the nukes, but I would keep them a little bit farther away to try to get that shot in the back.
it's probably a combination of nukes having short range and it being really impossible to micromanage that many ships effectively.
Yeah,
I mean,
as you
this
can see
is-
here, Destroyer is able to avoid all of the nukes shot by Mongoose because of his speed.
Yeah. And he's gone and disabled that one large ship. At this point, it looks like most of Cheese's ships are disabled. The Mongoose has quite a few surviving ships, but right now a lot of them are... Oh well, no, they're doing some damage to the back of Destroyer there. It's hard to understate just how much of a difference losing even a few thrusters on an avoider wall like that can make. The more thrusters you lose, the harder of a time you have dodging stuff like missiles, and the more thrusters you lose because of that, and before you know it, you can't move.
So we're now down to about 5 ships. Nope, 4 ships.
4.
Yeah. 5 ships for Team 2, 4 ships, for Team 2. 1 still has a control room, but no weapons, so.
For the most part, Team 1 seems pretty much undamaged.
Yeah, only some minor engine damage to the destroyer, and only surface armor damage on Cosmic.
There goes another swarm ship. We're down to 3. 2 now.
Historically, swarms have never been that effective in multiplayer. I think you'd have some experience on swarms, right? You liked using them in the past?
I used a swarm in the past. The problem with swarms is really just moving them all. If you
Yeah.
set them up correctly, they can like survive a hit or two, but they're very, very cost ineffective. Their only major advantage is being able to blink very, very effectively, and that's not easy to pilot, especially when your opponent is so fast like this.
Yeah, and these asteroids add another level of difficulty to that piloting and micromanaging for swarms.
Yeah. So, looks like the only ships left on Team 2 are what's left of the Rail Kiter, which is under attack, and a tiny little swarm ship. Oh! never
And there
mind.
goes. Good game.
Good game.
It's 1 point for the destroyer and Cosmic.
Right, so now we'll see if they want to change up their ships at all.
It looks like destroyer and Cosmic are both switching up.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's switching up. The Mongoose has selected what I'm guessing is a deck cannon ship. It's either that or a missile orbiter. Little hard to tell. Could be both actually, could be a hybrid. It's worth noting that having a secondary little fighter with nukes can be very, very helpful. Nukes are very easy to dodge, but if you don't see them coming, they can do crazy, crazy damage for not costing much. I mean, 4 nukes is enough to completely destroy the internals of a lot of ships, a lot of competitive designs if they're not attacking from the front. Right, Cheese has selected, looks like 2 of those rail kiters.
Interesting choice. I don't think he planned to bring any larger ships to this battle.
Zachary appears to have selected a rail kite of some sort. And I think we're just waiting on Cosmic at this point. You know, even aside from piloting, preparing for tournaments is very, very important. You want to have good... Oh, well, we're ready to start.
All right.
Right. So, starting on the left, that is indeed a rail kite with a stupid amount of point defense. That is an unnecessary amount of point defense.
76 point defense. Wow.
And it looks like it's battery powered. That's an interesting choice.
Yeah. Very temporary defense.
Yeah, considering
And-
how power hungry point defense is, that's probably not going to last very long.
Well, maybe it's to counteract like nuke ships that send huge volleys at once and then reload for long times. So Cosmic is also running a cannon wall, large shield cannon wall, and over here, Mongoose has a medium-sized deck cannon / missile orbiter, along with lots of point defense on the front. Cheese and Dark again has that 2 of those rail kiters and some smaller nuke ships. Oh, that's actually an ion ship over here. So, yeah. Looks like Destroyer is going well ahead of his teammate. Destroyer's rotating because he doesn't have hardly any forward thrust, so getting ready to fire is more important than moving towards the enemy.
Is that it looks like the first engagement here is going to be Cosmic firing at that rail kite. First volley misses, but he's closing.
Yeah, I don't think Cheese in the Dark has his rail set to fire at target, and it just whiffed off the side of Cosmic's ship.
That's unfortunate. Cannons do tend to have a lot of trouble getting through armor, though.
Oh, there goes the reactor.
Yeah, the sheer width of Cosmic's ship there allowed it to kind of fire through a hole in the side armor.
Yep.
Right,
Over here, Destroyer is
almost in range.
almost in range, but they seem to be not wanting to go any closer.
You can see all the point defense.
Oh, there's the first rail shot. It's able to stop by the point defense there.
And unlike the Destroyer ship there, all of that point defense is powered by actual reactors, not just capacitors, so it will outlast. All things considered, Destroyer's in a pretty nasty position here.
Yeah.
He really can't attack the Mongoose's main ship head on.
He is able to go much faster than it, though. So as long as his teammate can catch up, I don't think he'll have much issue.
Well, that is a big if. The ring here isn't very large, and it's only going to shrink as time goes on.
Yeah, Cosmic seems to have some trouble with the asteroids in his way.
Ooh,
There goes another shot. The other railfin is down from Cheese, leaving just 2 ships for Team 2. The tiny ion ship and the Mongoose's deck cannon.
yeah. And Mongoose is getting flanked at this point. He's going to have to decide whether he wants to fight.
Oh, and there goes the
Cannonballer.
last of Cheese's ship.
Yep.
Missiles are away. I don't think they're going to be able to get through all of that shielding, though.
Well, missiles do a lot of damage to shields. If you should be okay as long as they don't all hit in the same spot.
Yeah.
Right? Cosmic has gotten to the rear of Mongoose. That's the worst place he really wants to be.
And there goes the rail shot. Yeah, there goes most of the missiles off the back of Mongoose.
Looks like the Destroyer might be waiting to line up a good shot here. That could hurt. Ooh, that hurt
Ooh.
a lot.
Yep, there goes the entire internals of Mongoose. Oh, what is left? Oh, there is apparently a ship, a nuke ship that Mongoose forgot out in the Ring of Death.
Yeah, it looks like that
has-
little piece of rail fan is also still technically alive. Yeah, there
Yep,
it
it
goes.
was the nuke ship.
All right,
There we
good
go.
game. Team 1 will advance. And Team
Mhm.
2 we will see, I think, tomorrow in the losers bracket.
Yes, we will tomorrow. We will be hosting another tournament for the losers bracket. All right, next up we have Eno Shade and Robo Bunny versus Cosmic and Destroyer,
Uh,
I believe. Or it would be the
Ethan
next
and
one down.
the next one would be Ethan and Game Night, Noosmus and Immortum, since we're giving
Yeah,
yeah.
that would make more sense.
Yes. So, on Team 1, we have some very familiar faces from last tournament. Seems that they are, indeed, they have improved their designs at least a little bit. Ethan and Game Night being the champions of combinerships that we've seen in the last couple bouts. It seems that they might be going with their classic Beyblade design, where they have two rail fans, except one's a spinner and the other one's a pusher. However, it seems that they don't have enough money to field it. Uh-oh. I think they've run into a
You
little bit of
put me
trouble.
on their team. You need to put me on observers.
whoops.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Alright, and everybody is ready. We are all ready to go. Noosmus and Immortal are also using the same ship.
All right, starting over here on Team 1 on the left, we have Ethan with a rail spinner. And we have Game Night with a rail orbiter and an attachment to help move the rail spinner. Interesting team strategy there. Over on the right, we have Gunmas? Gunmas? I cannot. An Immortal.
Noosmus.
Noosmus. Oh, the G is silent, of course. Okay. Noosmus. He has a rail orbiter, and so does Immortal. Looks like they're going for a similar strategy as previous teams.
Alright. Game Night pushing Ethan to the center, hopefully. Meanwhile, Noosmus and Immortal seem to be dithering a little bit. Splitting up, actually. Team 2 seems to be going for a flank. However, Immortal's internet connection does seem to be chugging a bit.
Indeed. I'm having flashbacks to our last round.
Yeah. There's always one for some reason.
Yeah.
Alright, it would seem that Team 1 is looking to take one of the field's large open areas surrounded by 4 asteroids, possibly moving directly into the center of centers, which I believe is probably going to be their strategy, as the Beyblade cannot move on its own. And once the Rage Quit -P detaches its little guide here, it'll lose the ability to push the Beyblade. So they'll most likely move to the exact center of the map. Meanwhile, Immortal and Noosmus are still just sort of encircling. Still waiting on the action to begin. I'm going to take a closer look at the Midnight Sun. It does seem to have pretty stacked defenses with 3 shield generators protecting two railguns each. As for ammo consumption, it does seem to be rather light on ammo repositories. The Beyblade and the Rage Quit have finally started breaking apart. The Rage Quit has actually jettisoned its guide, However, one of his
Yes.
guides seems to be stuck inside one of its railgun lanes, which could be a problem in the future.
No, not ideal. You might be able to spin it out though. Oh, it is a clipping into him actually.
Yes, that is a... Oh, and he actually has destroyed it in order to prevent... well, he's tried to destroy it anyways. It's a shame he can't fire a couple railguns at a time, because he's going to deplete his ammunition very quickly if he tries to... yeah, the lag is crazy.
Yeah, this brought the game to a crawl.
Yeah... Should I try slowing the game speed down again?
That's not really gonna help much. I mean, you can try, but I don't think we should really do that, as the official term is half speed.
Gotcha. I don't know why Immortal is having such a difficult time connecting.
It's most likely due to a very high ping
Right.
from being in a, like, I don't know, really far away from everyone else in the match. So... basically, we have to wait for us. We have to send the data to him and wait for all of the game data to be sent back to us before we can continue the game. So it's
The
causing
first
quite a
blood
delay.
belongs to Ethan in the Beyblade as he fires one of his cannons into the hull of Immortal's Midnight Sun. And then
Here
a
comes
full
more.
spread, blowing right through that segmented armor. He's got a few more hits like that to go before he actually affects anything, but Immortal is turning his armor to defend. Rage Quit has hit an asteroid and is actually presenting a very terrible angle for Midnight Sun, but manages to recover just in... not in time at all. Not in time at all. Chain reaction, and Game Night is out of the
Another
game.
red shot is coming out of the back, and that is knocking out Immortal. Quite the turn of events. That was a very quick match between those two rail.
The Beyblade takes a hit on its armor and returns... oh, it does not return fire. Strange. Both the Rage Quit and the Immortal's Midnight Sun are out of it. Trading shots now.
He looks like he was trying to aim for the barrel of the railgun. Which would
This is going to be a
good
very,
idea.
very tight match between these two. Oh! And
Ooh, that
with
rifle is going straight
an
in.
amazing snipe from Ethan, he takes out one of the Noosmus's Midnight Sun railguns.
Yeah, Noosmus doesn't have the ability to spin as easily as Ethan does, and that's
And with
causing him to get sniped into the barrel.
Ethan is just barreling down on Noosmus with the unyielding railguns of the Beyblade. Noosmus seems to be at a loss. Oh,
Oh,
and with
there's
another
shot.
almost direct hit to the Midnight Sun's control center, it does seem to be rather badly damaged. There's almost a direct line to the control hub. Beyblade does seem to be burning its shots though. And Noosmus has managed to land a hit on Ethan's Beyblade. One of his railguns is down.
Yeah, it's worth noting that since the new update, or well, not new update, but since the full release, crew can no longer walk on structure, so that corridors that have been shot out mean that those rails can no longer get power.
Noosmus has lost another railgun, just opening up that corridor for Ethan to fire more railgun shells right into the control center. Noosmus has lost another railgun. He's down to 3.
It's 3 railguns versus 6. This is not looking good for Noosmus.
Ethan lining up a shot that looks like it might just go through and decapitate another. Nope, it breaks apart amongst the segmented armors. The armor of the Beyblade is just taking it. Although at this rate, it could mean that the Beyblade might run out of ammunition. Nope, never mind. Beyblade is good on ammunition.
Is choosing to turn, not at an ideal time. Oh. It looks like... Oh, fire is spreading inside of Ethan's ship. Does he have fire extinguishers? He only has one fire extinguisher. And I don't think it is working. There goes the reactor.
The entire Beyblade has fallen to fire and explosions of a chain reaction, taking out half of their... half of their ship. However, they still have 3 railguns to fire with and a little bit of maneuverability. If they can get this one shot off, they might be able to win this bout. And the corridors opened up. Ethan's gonna take the shot right into the control center. However, it's not enough. The control center barely damaged. I don't think it's actually taken any damage. It's taken a little bit of damage. Newsmith seems to be playing their cards right. However, if Ethan can get the cheeky reach around by just rolling along the edge of the ship, they might actually be able to hit behind Newsmith. Though Newsmith seems to not be having it as they are turning to face. Ethan's still struggling to orientate their ship in time. However, it is a 3 railgun v 3 railguns, so this is gonna be interesting. Although I believe Newsmith is probably gonna win because of their enhanced mobility.
Not sure what Newsmith's plan is right now.
However, I do believe Ethan is about to actually lose as one of their ammo bins is about to go boom. They do not have a means of dealing with the fire, and they have a full cache of... It's actually a cannon ammo factory, which, as we know, has very disastrous results. There it goes. Ethan is about to lose even more maneuverability as the huge thrusters are now cut off from power, and the fire begins to spread even more. And it would seem that Ethan's ship now does not have the command capability to even maneuver. And this does seem to spell the end for Ethan's ship.
For Ethan.
This
not looking good for him.
Ethan and Game Night have decided to forfeit.
And that will be match 1.
The dynamic duo has lost their first round, though I would love to see what they do in the second one, as they do seem to pull out all the stops for these competitions by bringing in some really interesting designs.
That was a very close match.
I was
really expecting Beyblade to win that one, but
it was very, very close, and it was just unfortunate that the Beyblade does not have more fire extinguishers, even though it has the budget for
armor
it.
advantage, yeah.
No, it has the
and
budget
it definitely
for more.
has budget.
Yeah, it has budget to spare. Although it would seem that Game Night and Ethan seem to be running twin Beyblades?
Interesting strategy.
Strange.
Guess they figured it worked pretty well for that round, so they're gonna try it again.
Although Game Night has not readied up yet, so there may be some sort of contention between the two. They might be trying to organize. Oh, Game Night is trading out for something. Oh, no, Ethan's trading out as well. Immortal has decided, and Newsmiths have brought out the Moon Eclipse, which seems to be some sort of missile rail fan. And Ethan and Game Night have indeed decided to go with the Beyblades, which could end up being their doom, as the Beyblades don't really have much forward maneuverability on their own. But they seem to be ready, and they aren't canceling anytime soon, so I'm gonna hit the launch game button.
I finally got caught up with the tournament screen, so now viewers can see which round it is displayed. Alright, so here we go, round 2. Let's see who gets this.
Alright.
So on the left here, Ethan again with the same Beyblade ship. And Game Night looks like he has the same ship, but painted differently, and it is called Beyblade Mark V.
It does seem like they do have some sort of forward maneuvering power, but it's gonna be very slow.
Both of them still only have one fire extinguisher per side. It would not ideal.
It would seem that I was correct about the Noosemiss, but only the Moon Eclipse. However, I was only half right. It's actually a Railfan nuke combo.
Interesting.
This is gonna be an interesting fight.
Yeah.
Being able to leverage the lowered maneuverability of the Beyblades, the Moon Eclipse is going to be able to keep their arse end pointed away from the Beyblades, meaning that they can just continue to stream nukes at these Railfan spinners.
Yeah, the nuke's primary function is going to be stripping away that armor on the rail spinner, and hopefully leave a lot of open spaces for the rails to snipe inside. It's a very good strategy to combine with rails.
Ethan, no!
Ethan is going to go back and grab a snack while we wait for the two ships to combine in the center.
That's why I love these guys. They're full of humor, and they have some of the weirdest strategies, and I love them. That being said, Game Night seems to be the one lagging this time.
Yeah, both of them are lagging quite a bit. So...
And it would be Team 2 that seems to have taken the center first, which is not surprising considering Beyblade's reduced maneuverability. And I do believe the Beyblades are running, trying to escape the edge of the ring as the ring is closing in, and I'm not sure they're fast enough. We will see shortly. Or, not so shortly.
Not so shortly, I would say that would be more accurate. I guess while we wait, let us know if the audio is at the right volume. You guys.
Alright, it would seem Team 2 has cut their thrusters as they are now in the center of the map and are just sort of waiting for the Beyblades to maneuver into position. This is such a weird turn of events because the timer could run out before...
No, the timer is also being slowed down by the lag, so it will, as you can see, 1 second. Every 1 second here in Cosmoteer, 10 seconds pass in real life. Unlike Africa,
Oof.
as the meme would suggest. So, I guess we will just have to play the waiting game. I mean, they are getting closer.
You know what? I know precisely what to play in this situation. Oh, and it would seem that Immortal and Noosemiss have decided that they can't wait and are actually moving on the Beyblades, looking like they're gonna try and assault them from one side while they are lined up, meaning that they will only be able to leverage 4 railguns at a time and not the full 8 of the 2 Beyblades. However, Ethan has already cut one of their engines and has begun to spin.
It looks like the next match after this one is going to be with Mint and Immortal. I'm not seeing...
That should not be correct. Hang on.
No, it is Mint and Zerul.
No, yes. Yes, you are
and then
correct.
Slokey and Enzekwe. So.
Yes. Alright, so Ethan has begun spinning.
Spinning, that's a good trick.
Oof.
We're, interesting that they are choosing to hide behind the asteroid.
It is going Oh,
here's the first shot from Ethan.
oh, and it has struck the
Just
asteroid.
into the edge of the asteroid.
Alright, now that this weird Cold War is heating up. Alright, and the first blood belongs to Ethan as they actually managed to dent Immortal's front armor. Game Knight actually in a suboptimal position to be aiding Ethan. However, as time moves on, it could be that Immortal might drift into Game Knight's firing path and putting another dent. Ethan has put another dent into Immortal's front armor. We still have yet to see the nukes in action. Actually, Team 2 seems to be splitting up as Newsmith is going after Game Knight and Immortal seems to be going after Ethan. Game Knight firing off a cheeky little shot against Immortal.
Another
and Beyblade
shot from
also
Ethan.
responding. However, that segmented armor is tough.
I think these nukes are getting in range soon.
And here
Yep,
they come.
There goes the nukes from Immortal. Because the spinners are completely stationary while they spin, they have no ability to dodge these nukes.
Without much ability to... Yeah, and there goes a healthy chunk of armor out of Beyblade for Ethan's Beyblade. However, Ethan does not care as he just keeps on spinning.
Yeah, and if you notice there, Ethan actually Immortal took a little bit of damage from that strafe he tried. And almost took out a few of his thrusters. Well, one of his thrusters. Some more rail trading going on here.
Oh, it would seem that Newsmith and Immortal are focusing down Ethan, not even touching Game Knight.
Indeed.
However, Ethan and Game Knight
seems to be getting a side shot onto Immortal.
Ethan and Game Knight are also focusing on Immortal, so it's focusing all around. Immortal doing the interesting move of drifting outside of the map.
Newsmith's using the opportunity of the enemy focusing the other ship to get some nukes fired, it looks like. I don't know.
Actually, they have not fired their
because
nukes yet.
Well, I think he's trying to.
Uh-oh! A well-timed shot has
Ooh.
actually nearly penetrated.
Nearly.
It was so close. It was
I'm not
very
sure his
well
strategy
timed, but not
because
quite.
As he goes past here, Game Knight is going to get an exposed rear to fire at.
Oh, and it would seem that Newsmith has decided to nuke Game Knight.
And there goes the rear. It does not penetrate. There was enough armor on that rear to stop those rails.
And Game Knight has now found themselves with a new divot in the surface of their Beyblade. If Ethan had been a little more alert, they might have been able to get a shot off on Newsmith. And
Looks like Immortal is trying to rotate to fire another volley of nukes.
The more mobile Moon Eclipses are actually still drifting out of the map, but they will very soon have the advantage here, as Beyblades are.
Newsmith is firing another volley of nukes. It looks like.
And it's official,
he-
Ethan is now kissing the outside of the ring. And all these moon eclipses have to do is now
Oh,
just...
Immortal has just been sniped through the reactor.
Oh my gosh!
Some weak side armor there, but the nukes are coming in still.
Not that that's
Interesting.
gonna really do much. All that Ethan really has to do now is get back inside of the ring, but they are too slow to do so. All that
Yeah.
Team 2 really needs to do to win is Newsmith just needs to run away. However, Game Night is gonna try and not let that happen.
Also, good to keep in mind that those nukes are still going to be very deadly, even if he does not have a control room, because they're still targeted toward Ethan.
Well, Ethan's outside of the map. It's kind of borked either way.
Yeah, honestly, he should just be trying to get in as fast as he can. As should Game Night.
Game Night has activated his forward thrusters. However, he's having trouble with orientation. It would seem Team 1's haste may cost them their spot in this tournament. Although, Ethan is now leveraging their diagonal thrusters to maneuver their Beyblade into position, staying just ahead of the outside of the ring. Ethan has actually fallen to Immortal, which means that it is now tied up. Team 1 and Team 2 are now sitting almost precisely at one ship. It's kind of difficult to tell who has more points, but it's going to come down to a brawl at the center of the ring. Well, actually at the edge of the ring, because it would seem that Beyblade, Game Night's Beyblade is now beginning to spin again, firing right down the throat of the Moon Eclipse. The Moon Eclipse passing up a chance to fire through the weak armor on the side, getting a few cheeky railgun shots down the throat again, but to no joy for Game Night. However, Game Night is about to get... Oh no! Poorly timed. Game Night does not manage to shoot right down into the railguns. However, they are diagonal and do have a shot at a weak area, and there goes the reactors.
There
Team
goes.
1 has taken the second bout, which means we go on to bout 3. Holy damn, I love these guys. They make these games very interesting. I know I'm supposed to be objective, but oh my gosh.
Yeah, this was quite the match. I really liked how the nukes took things up, but he was able to get that side snipe in. Alright. We now have the first round 3 of the tournament. Ethan versus Game Night. Or Ethan and Game Night versus
Immortal has
Smiths and
Immortal has opted to keep the Moon Eclipse. Ethan has also opted to keep the Beyblade. Now it's up to Newsmith and Game Night to see what is actually going to happen in this third bout. Are they going to change it up? Newsmith is keeping his ship. Game Night is swapping out.
Switching it out. See what he changed it to. Hey, he's switching it to the orbiter so he can push the Beyblade.
He has swapped back to his Rage Quit. Immortal has actually decided to swap his ship again. Counter-picking for Game Night, I'm assuming. Newsmith is also swapping out. I see. Immortal is now running the Moon Eclipse, and Newsmith is now running the Midnight Sun. I'm afraid that Team 2 might take it here, as the Midnight Sun did prove to be very effective against this duo before.
Right, yeah, so here on the left, Ethan and Game Knight are doing what they did first round with the Beyblade and the Rage Quit. Over here on the right, Newsmith and Immortal are going with their same ships, but they have painted them differently, I think.
Well,
No,
so
he is using the Midnight Sun,
I
which does not have nukes, and Immortal is using the one with nukes.
what am I to you? I told you this before.
Okay, yeah, I was not paying attention.
Yeah, so Newsmith swapped out for the Midnight Sun, which is the ship that they used in the first round. It is very mobile, but not very well protected in the rear. Whereas the Moon Eclipse is very well protected in the rear, but isn't very maneuverable. Newsmith saying something in Russian, which I can't really translate. Does anybody know Russian? Alright, Team 1 has combined, which means that they're going to move straight to the center of the map so that the Beyblade can sit there. Hopefully, Game Night doesn't have that awful glitch that cost them dearly in the first round.
I wouldn't call it a glitch as much as a fluke with his ship, but
I would say that that was a glitch because it clipped right into their ship because of the lag.
The front armor. I forgot about that. Interesting. He turned off his rails along with his thrusters. I'm not sure why exactly, but
who's
he didn't want any misfires. Ethan turned off both his rails and his
Interesting.
I mean, the thrusters is just so he doesn't interfere with the orbiter pushing him, but not quite sure what
They
the
probably
rails are turned off
selected
for.
their entire ship and hit off. They hit the emergency breaker.
Only the launchers are turned off. The rest of the railgun is still on.
So this is a rather interesting map, which actually favors Team 1 because it's nice and open. All of the asteroids actually seem to be rather spread out. Ethan nearly in position to dominate the center of the map. Team 2 actually seems to be holding their distance behind the asteroids. Alright, Team 1 has ejected and jettisoned their guides, and Ethan is now almost dead center in the center of the map. Game Night moving their orbiter to get out of the way.
I'm looking forward to these matches being over, primarily, so we don't have to deal with the lag. But I'm sure we will encounter it later.
Alright, and I believe this is where the fight actually begins.
Well, in a few minutes.
In a few minutes.
Yeah. In 10 seconds of in-game time.
Alright, Game Night has fired up their thrusters and seems to be trying to maneuver around this asteroid. The Beyblade has powered up and has begun to spin. The Midnight Sun and the Moon Eclipse do seem to be trying to get an angle on these two. However, here comes the Rage Quit charging straight towards the Midnight Sun.
I'm not sure why his strategy is there, because his teammate won't be able to fire if he goes out of range. No.
And first blood comes from Game Night as he is about to dent Midnight Sun's armor. Almost reaching that far rightmost railgun, but all of
cutting close.
all of the shield generators in the far right Midnight Sun do seem to intercept. Midnight Sun actually getting oh my goodness, very close to the Rage Quit's railguns. Beyblade getting a shot off on Midnight Sun, and the Moon Eclipse now maneuvering to take a shot at the Beyblade. Game Night has started to, and Game Night and Ethan are just hammering away at the Midnight Sun, as that is the one that seems to pose them most danger to them right now. Which is odd, because the Moon Eclipse has nukes which can chip away at the Beyblade. Game Night seems to be, taking it on the nose.
That one snipe right into the...
That's gonna cost them the entire ship!
Game Night did not put any armor behind that loader, which caused an explosion, taking out his entire ship.
It is now Beyblade versus
unfortunate.
everyone. However, Beyblade has lost their railguns again, which means that this is going to be the death knell for Team 1. That's sad to see it.
Yeah, those are some very well-timed nukes from Immortal, able to get them into the barrel of the rail.
Was it nukes or rail?
No, that was all nukes, yeah.
Oh!
It was very well-timed. Looks like Noosmith is lining up for another fan. Right into the opened hole. Oh, but he is too late. That would have been a very good shot. Looks like Immortal's lining up. Nope. Just too short again. They're gonna have to get that timing down again. Immortal's nukes are reloaded. See. Noosmith's lining up another shot. Oh, it looks like it's gonna hit. Oh.
If Ethan manages to clutch this.
That would be very impressive.
Uh-oh.
I don't
However,
think it's really gonna happen though.
the
It's too
fire
much-
does seem to be
The fire
spreading.
is going to burn him, and there goes one half of his ship.
More than one half. He's lost. He's down to 3 railguns, and the fire is continuing to spread throughout Ethan's ship. And and I do believe that Team 1 has forfeit.
Ethan has forfeited,
And
yeah.
that has kicked Ethan and Game Night out of the running, which means that Immortal and Noosmith moves on to the next round.
Congratulations. All right, going into the next round, we have Emperor Terratron and Mint versus Slowking and Zekwe.
Also pronounced as ZQE, also pronounced as a million other things.
Yes, yes, it is a very confusing name.
I don't think even he knows how it's pronounced. Right, on the left we have Terraton's ship. Looks like a tractor beam rail fan. And below it, Mint's ship is a very, very high-powered rail fan. Not a lot of defense, though.
Or
It's gonna be,
thrust, for that matter.
Yeah, it's
High damage output.
high damage output, not a lot of defense. Good at alpha strikes, but that's about it.
Yeah, and over on the right, Slowking has a tractor beam missile orbiter, an interesting combination, and Zekwe has a shielded missile orbiter.
So really, this is just rail fans versus missiles.
Yes. And Mint is going to have some hard time with all of those missiles arcing to the rear, with only half a layer of armor protecting their control room.
Honestly, even head-on, they don't have enough defense to really take a lot of missiles.
No.
So it looks like Terraton is going to be advancing forwards to try and protect Mint. Maybe?
I would think so, but he's turning now. Not sure
Yeah.
why.
Well, Slowking and ZQE are splitting up to try and flank. I think they realize that a single shot from Mint can do serious damage, so they're going to try and take Mint's ship out as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Looks like actually Zekwe prioritized going against the larger railfan because he has more armor and shielding. Ooh, taking out quite a few bits of armor.
Yeah, and that took out a lot of shields too.
Yeah, 5 shields. That is a lot.
That's crazy damage. Alright, so first missiles are firing. Second railfan by Mint. You can see just how much damage that does. That's insane.
But here comes the missiles.
It's a good tactic by ZQE. They're ramming. Ramming makes it much harder for railfans to aim properly, and it helps distribute damage over armor, like across a wide space.
Yeah. With that limited maneuverability, Mint is having a hard time bending to actually fire their railfan. There goes some of their rails already.
Yeah, and others are losing power. I'd imagine a ship like that has serious logistical challenges.
Yeah, there's no way to fully supply all those rails off of just that one reactor.
Yeah. There goes some more rails. The other pair of ships is locked in a pretty intense battle. It doesn't look like much is
But it
going
looks
on.
like, oh, and there is a reactor explosion. Emperor Tron was able to get through that one corner.
Yeah, a little weak spot in the armor there. Ooh. That was very close to a nasty angle on ZQE there.
Yeah.
Oh, but missiles getting through Teraton's side
Oh,
armor.
yeah. There goes the one rail.
Battles with tractor beams are always interesting, because it looks like not much is happening, but in reality, those tractor beams are making a huge difference in all ships' maneuverability. It's a lot more intense to pilot than it looks. Teratron doesn't really have much they can do in this scenario, though. They're getting hit on 2 opposite sides, and they only have front armor left.
Yeah, and there goes his control room is only at 2,000 health left. A few more hits and it will be down.
Yeah, he is using his tractor beams to help turn, though. That's very, very smart. Saved him some time.
And there goes his control room.
Yeah, wasn't enough.
Okay.
Great piloting, though. Alright, so that is a victory for Team 2. And we'll probably see Team 1 switch out their ships. Alright, Mint has switched to... Well, I'm not sure what that was, but they're switching off of it. Looks like Teratron there has a railfan similar to the one we saw earlier. Rail kite with a ton of point defense.
Yeah. And not a lot of a regen.
Yeah.
Sloki is also going for a similar railfan. Lots, or not railfan, but railkite. Lots of railkites. Oh, Zekwe is switching up too, as is Sloki.
Interesting choice. It's a wall of some sort. Not a voider. Could be really any type of weaponry.
They are counter-picking hard right now.
Yeah. Alright, looks like everyone's ready, so let's go.
Alright.
All things considered, that counterpicking did not take long. We've seen much, much worse in the past.
Yeah. For sure.
You talking about the 30-minute counterpick?
Yeah.
So on the left there, Terratron does indeed have a ridiculously large wall of point defense on their rail kite, and Mint has used the same rail fan as before. On the right we have that same missile orbiter from Zikui,
A
but
point
Slowking
defense wall. Wow.
point defense ion wall.
Ion
It-
wall. Yes.
It's a little bit of an uncommon choice, but it can be really, really strong in some scenarios.
Especially against rails. Point defense is pretty powerful at dealing with them.
Turn off the graphic puller.
Uh-oh.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Yeah, point defense walls are kind of a gamble because they're very, very effective against ships like rail fans, in some instances maybe deck cannon brawlers, but they're pretty garbage against most everything else. Right, looks like we have the
The first rails.
first
are playing.
rails.
The other set of rails. Point defense is able to take out all of them, basically.
Oh, but some of the missiles are hitting Terratron's point defense. He's like trying to turn at too sharp of an angle.
Oh, no armor on the rear, and that reactor is gone already.
Ooh, that was a very unlucky hit.
Yeah.
Terratron technically still alive though.
Oh, the rails are able to make it through, and there goes a reactor.
Yeah, you can see just the sheer power of all of those railguns. Oh,
Oh, and there goes Mint.
yeah, and like they said, that's pretty much game. Both of their ships are crippled. It's just a matter of taking that last bit of damage. Oh, that almost made a big difference.
Yeah, the one rail.
Yeah, if that didn't hit a prism, it probably would have pierced through and hit something like the control room.
Yeah.
That could have been very bad. You always want to be careful of disabled ships, because they can usually still fire back. But that is game. Good game and well played, everyone.
So Zikwe and Slowking, was that her second win?
Yes, that was their second win, so
All
they'll
right.
be advancing, and Team 1 will be going to the losers bracket tomorrow.
We've had a little bit of a snafu with Team 2. I'm gonna try and get them back, but apparently their computer crashed. So just a second. People were wigging out that Polar was on Team 2 for a second. Alright. Come on, where is the Discord so that I can ping the person?
Yeah, it looks like we're missing
Yeah, we're missing
Ultra.
Yeah. When will Ultra be back? Whenever their computer turns back on, probably. Also, people are screeching at you, Polar, to change the OBS scenes.
Yes, I have noticed.
Oh dear. Yeah, Ultra's game has crashed.
Unfortunate.
I think they're reopening it, hopefully. In the meantime, it would seem that we have a few wall builds, although one of them doesn't seem to be so much of a... Oh, and they're...
And it's gone.
The locomotive facing up.
It looks very shallow for a wall.
Oh no! He keeps saying that's not good in voice chat. Oh dear. Ultra is having a time.
You may have
X-Snow has brought out the Royal Alpha Strike, which seems to be a rail fan of prodigious proportions. What the hell is that?
That looks like at least I don't know, one, two, at least like 12, if not 16 rails.
Nick also seems to be running a rail fan. However, it seems to have a couple of claws on either side to keep them rooted in place. So those might not be rail guns.
That is an interesting design.
Wait,
It must be some sort
wait.
of transforming design.
It's
Yeah,
not a
I think they're going
it's-
to combine.
It's a combiner. Oh my gosh. We're gonna be in for a treat, guys.
That is a serious rail fan if that gets combined.
Oh my gosh. I think they might be
I
able
really
to
just
shoot.
want to see that thing fire.
I think they might be able to shoot through each other. I'm not sure. I'm trying to see from the design, but we're just waiting on.
We may have to postpone this match later. We haven't heard anything really from Ultra yet.
We have, but
I mean, just that bad news that his computer is not working, but
oh no, his computer's working. It's the game. The game seems to have
The
thrown out an
game.
error code.
Before the stream, I was not able to launch Cosmoteer on my Linux install, so we're now using Windows, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's the downside of Linux. If you don't know how to configure it yourself, or you don't have the compatibility patches, you're kind of out of luck. Oh, Ultra 4 is typing. Restarting my entire computer. Okay.
Right.
2-minute warning is what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I'll go grab a glass of water while we wait.
And I will put on the ever-present Jeopardy music.
All right. Yes, you are on stream, X-Snow. Well, I mean, your comments aren't because they are covered by the graphic.
All right. So, last we heard, one of the competitors is restarting their PC. Saris has just basically said wait. Oh, holy
Nick
combiner,
is-
please don't fail on us. Amen.
Nick is praying to the Cosmoteer gods to help his combiner to connect. If you guys didn't know, these combiners work by exploiting the frame rate of the physics in Cosmoteer. Since it runs at 30 frames per second, if you get the right speed, you can clip through parts. If you're going at the exact speed and distance to get the frame rate.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah, it's quite the mechanism.
Do note,
Yeah.
though, that it is a physics exploit and likely will be patched out.
Yes, so while it is cool for now, hopefully when they add actual docking support, we will have real combiners. So I look forward to that.
I do hope that he only really gets rid, like, he works on the patch, right? And then once he has it done, he doesn't push it through until he has actual docking. 'Cause that'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice, but we'll see. I think docking is pretty far off on the to-do list, so. Alright, we got some Jeopardy music going.
Yeah. Can you hear it through my mic, or what's the deal?
No, I'm playing it now.
Yeah. The
Boy.
dynamic duo 2, the dynamic sing. Yeah, you guys, X Snow and Nick do seem to be filling the role of the dynamic duo. His computers are started now, finally. Alright, I'm gonna put on some other thinking music, because this is starting to drive me insane.
It wouldn't be a Cosmoteer tournament without some crazy delay that we weren't prepared for.
I love how YouTube music also does not like going down in volume. It will be loud at every volume.
I have a way that I've gotten around that in OBS, but you
Yeah.
are on Linux.
I'm not recording. Oh, I'm on Windows. I'm on Windows.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not. For some reason the individual audio recording wasn't working out, so I'm just using desktop audio right now. Oh, Ultra is in the game. Pause
Finally!
the Jeopardy music. We are ready to go.
Alright. Team 1 has been good to go for a while. Team 2 currently consists of the LW-1500A. Whatever the hell that means. I think it might be a trap ship. Ultra 4's internet dripping into the red, then the yellow. However, the Missile Avoider V2, that's nice to know that they actually put the name of the ship. That is an interesting design there. I suppose we will see it once everyone readies up. Ultra A4 is ready. Tippy C is... Tippy C? There we go. All right,
and there
everybody
they
is
go.
readied up. 3, 2, 1.
Let the games begin. After this short loading sequence. There we go. Round start, and I have turned off the graphic this time. All right, here. Let's watch this docking sequence. Cross your fingers.
Alright, immediately Team 2 seems to be screaming towards Team 1, trying to prevent them from getting their combine off. Meanwhile, the mother of all rail fans is combining.
NPC is trying to put a stop to the stocking procedure, but I do not think he's going to get there in time. It's going to be close, though.
Meanwhile, this combiner has little to no actual side armor.
No, it's just structure. Here's the clip. And
And
it works!
it works!
Amazing.
Alright, this, from this point forward, the Royal Airstrike is probably the most powerful ship on the field. Able to probably
Most powerful ship
alpha
that's
strike,
ever been in a tournament before.
probably able to alpha strike right through the trap ship that's about to disconnect.
Oh, but Tippy C might be able to outmaneuver it.
Yes, it's... Oh no, it's activated its boosters! It's begun to turn! Here it comes! The Royal Alpha Strike right down the center! Oh my goodness!
That was glorious.
Eating
Two
away!
rapids taken out.
Only one section of ship remains, and all the Alpha Strike has to do is just turn a little bit, and that will be the end of Tippy C.
There it goes. Deleted.
Oh,
That was quite the performance we've seen from X, Snow, and Nick.
oh my word!
Now I'm really excited for Docking to be added officially. And
Alpha
Ultra has gotten himself stuck on an asteroid.
Oh no!
That is why he hasn't been able to help his teammates.
Oh,
He's able to strafe ever so slightly due to...
and his is his docking ship as well.
Yeah, and he is docked into a very, very thin missile orbiter.
Nick, run!
That's got to be quite the experience, leaving all of your piloting maneuvers up to your teammate.
I have seen it done so often. It is a very good question. While I am waiting, it would seem that we have a question. I had played this game 2 years ago and it was free. Why does it cost €20 now? Well,
Yeah, so the game has been in pre-release state for 10 years. When Walt originally developed it, it was called Starlight, and it has been free for that whole 10-year span. But Walt wanted to get closer to a full release of the game, and so he's released it on Steam now, and it is now in early access. And it to fund the future development of Cosmoteer, it now costs $20, but I think it is $20 well spent for the amount of content this game offers.
what I will liken it to is this guy's been making you sandwiches for free for 10 years and they're just now starting to charge. Come on.
Yeah, like, seriously.
I mean, yeah, a lot of people don't have money right now because there's a lot of... Anyways, moving on. It would seem that the Missile Avoider V2 has actually unstuck itself and has taken control of the center of the map, which puts it in a very advantageous position. But will it be able to outmaneuver the Royal Alpha Strike, one of the most terrifying ships I've ever seen on this tournament? All 20... Did he say 27?
27 rails, I think that is correct.
27! 27 rails! Oh, and the Missile Avoider, being very maneuverable, is just sort of tumbling through space right now, and is about to launch a massive volley of missiles around the asteroid, but I believe the asteroid is going to eat most of them.
The asteroid is the only thing that's going to save him from 27 rails.
And you know what? Ultra A4 might be able to take out the Royal Alpha Strike as it has no maneuverability.
hardly any armor on the rear.
Hush my
and
mouth.
very
Most of
little
these missiles are
maneuverability.
actually just going to impact on that asteroid or impact onto that scaffolding.
There goes the first rail, down to 26, 25,
24,
24,
23, 22, 21, 20,
20, 19,
19, 18.
18.
An 18 rail Alpha Strike will still be able to take out the missile avoider. However,
Keep in mind, most competitive ships only have 6 rails, so it is still quite fearsome.
it would seem that this is the end of the Royal Alpha Strike. It was impressive at first, however, the missile avoider V2 is absolutely horrifying. I'm actually looking closer at it. The ability to glitch and do that dock. Whoa! They're getting shots
Ooh.
off. If they can manage it, if they can hit, that's cluster. Oh my goodness, they have so many control centers. If they
I
can
don't
get,
think there's any way to snipe this.
if they can get an
ship,
alpha
really.
shot right down the center, they can cause a chain reaction.
Oh!
Oh!
Goes quite
And
a
there
few.
goes that
of the
chain
engines.
reaction. However, it's not enough. And it looks like they are now down to 4 active railguns. However, they are now outside of the ring and are suffering attrition damage.
They are finally outside of the range of the missiles, though, which is, I guess, nice for them.
Question
But yeah, they
is,
have very little forward thrust.
could they turn this around? And I believe the answer is absolutely not. Yeah,
Yeah, they
they're-
have disabled a lot of the thrust on Ultra. So
their
he is
control
down
room
to-
is about to falter and fail.
Oh yeah, one of their control rooms is at 600 health. Not great.
And I do believe that is... Oh, they might... They're still trying! And they might actually do it, because they're lined up!
They're firing.
Oh! Oh my gosh, they take out
the
another...
reactors at 1,000 health. That was impressive.
They are
And they
never
get
going to
another
say
shot on.
die. However, they have
That
lost...
is it.
They've
They have
lost
no
all
more
power.
ammo.
I don't think they... Do they have...
They
no,
have
they
no
have
more
ammo.
power.
They have ammo. They don't have power. That was it.
That was their last shot. That
Oh.
was extremely close. Wow.
Oh.
Good game indeed.
First bout goes to Team 2. I can't wait to see what happens in the next bout. The Royal Alpha Strike is such an interesting concept. I'm so glad that I logged in today. Oh my goodness. I should have gotten slightly better forward thrust. Yeah. It does not seem like Team 1 will be changing out anytime soon. Team 2 doesn't seem to be changing at all. However, Tippy is on the fence as to what they're actually going to use. And it looks like they're using a 1.5 million cost brawler. Whatever that is.
Yeah, looks like a deck cannon orbiter or rammer. And Ultra is going with his same missile avoider. Or orbiter. Alright, let's see how match 2 goes and if they can strike another combination successfully.
This time I'm gonna take a look at the V2 missile avoider. There he goes, he's using the boost.
Yep, there he goes, and
And-
this is his combining.
Clipped.
Perfect. Yeah, it's much easier to combine the same ship because you know the exact distances. With a multiplayer ship, you've got to test it, and the distances are a lot larger.
So, Team 1 was making a very interesting point about how their ship does not have a lot of forward thrust, but has a lot of reverse thrust.
Yeah. It looks to be more designed to be a kiter than a railfan.
Which, honestly, if they had turned their ship around and used, like... I think the problem is that they just do not have the proper
Another
maneuverability.
successful combination.
Like, the Royal Alpha Strike is such a fascinating ship. But the problem is that it is a...
Very fragile. Very fragile.
It's a glass cannon. But it's not just a glass cannon, it's a glass cannon that's super glued to the floor. It can't really do much. Which means that if... Literally, all Team 2 has to do is wait. That's all they have to do. If they just hang out in the center of the ring, the Royal Alpha Strike will time out outside of the ring.
Well, unless it turned around, of course. It could probably catch up.
Possibly. Uh-oh, it would seem that I need to pause the game for a moment.
X-Snow is disconnected.
He's
That is
disconnected.
unfortunate.
Alright.
We're gonna have to redo this round. Alright, so just go back to main menu.
Oh, go back
Or
to main...
not menu, match menu.
Never mind,
whatever.
Team 1 has forfeited, which
Alright.
doesn't cost them... Yes, you guys get a rematch.
Yeah, your rematch will be happening. Alright, back to round 2 still. Let's wait for X-Snow to connect again. And there's X-Snow back. Still at pretty low connection, but he's back. Oh, it looks like they have to switch positions because their combination ship relies on the vertical placement of their ships.
Ah.
That is fascinating. So now we're gonna watch as Nick pilots, I guess. Was X-Snow piloting before?
I believe
don't remember.
so. Yes, he was. Alright, everybody seems ready, so we're gonna launch.
Oh, they're facing upside down. So I think Nick is still gonna be the pilot. No, wait.
That's interesting,
Yeah.
though. Wait, did they swap out a
Yeah, look
version
at
of
the
their
name.
ship?
It says facing down.
Oh my goodness!
That is some good, really crazy strategies.
That was
Didn't even think about that.
really prepared for this. Obviously. Oh my goodness.
Ultra again with the perfect combination.
Their ship scares me.
Yeah.
Like, it is not mathematically perfect, but it is just, it's quick, it's compact, it's well protected, which means that you can't really flank it. Not easily, anyways. And you're just gonna have to punch through the armor and through the shields, and it's just a tough little ship.
Yeah. I mean, it is very exposed on the rear if you do manage to get around. But yeah, that
Meanwhile,
damage output is very scary.
This brawler, which has a couple ions and deck guns, that is just, it's a brick. It's just a brick.
Indeed.
It is a...
They brought that specifically to absorb those 27 rails, I'm pretty sure.
I'm not sure it's gonna
But-
do them any good.
I don't think so either. Like, that is only one control room, so Once that's dead, that's out.
The Royal Alpha Strike is again being outpaced by the wall. If they cut out 4 of those railguns, they could make that ship combat worthy with armor and thrusters. Team 2 does not seem to be engaging, interestingly enough. I think Ultra is hoping to flank once Royal Alpha Strike engages the Brawler. This is a very, very slow match. They're keeping their
They're
distance.
just waiting for the Ring of Death to close.
Oh, and there
Ultra's
goes...
auto-firing some of his missiles.
Which is strange, because you'd think in a ship like that, you'd want to keep as many of your missiles to your chest, wouldn't you?
I mean, he does have quite a bit of ammo.
Are they that cocky that they can just waste ammunition?
Maybe he's trying to set it up so he can do a longer range missile strike.
Does that work?
It used to. I don't know if it works anymore.
Oh, things are coming to a head. It looks like Ultra is moving in for something. Team 1
Ultra
at a...
seems to be a little bit too close.
Team
Unless their
1...
plan is...
Team 1 is at a disadvantage right now as their ship is not built to withstand flanking. It relies on
missiles.
taking out the ships right away. And there goes the first blood, punching
there it goes,
right
straight
through the
through.
missile avoider. However, the missile avoider is not... Well, actually, I think that is done.
It is very much dead. There is no thrust connected to a weapon. And they're finishing it off.
All right, and the Brawler
Alright,
is moving in, which
let's
means
see the
that
full power of the Royal Alpha Strike versus this brick.
Here it
Who
goes.
will win?
Oh
Nope.
dear.
Not quite, not quite. I think they're gonna come with a second volley here. There we go. Oh,
Oh!
wow.
Halfway
Quite
through.
penetration there.
Oh, that is
Deck
a...
cannons though.
Oh no!
Oh! But it goes
That,
straight
I
into the
believe,
control room.
might be game as soon as...
As soon as the missile orbiter has its control room taken out, that will be game.
All X-Snow really needs to do is they need to get right back into the ring, because... Ultra A4 still has, I think, 3 control rooms in the ring. If they're stuck out there and they are unable to get back in, they're doomed.
Yeah, it's interesting to note that the brick is probably serving better as a, obstacle than it is as a weapon.
Which, strangely enough, might be the big brain move.
Yeah. It's serving quite well as a brick.
Oh, it would seem that they have figured out their issue and are now reversing their flight path as none of the other ships can actually damage them. Except for one half. Oh, hang on.
One half of Ultra does have a few missiles on it.
Yeah, I see it.
And keep in mind those deck cannons can still fire.
Although I
Ooh,
don't.
those
oh,
EMP taking out the thrusters.
those
Not
deck
ideal.
cannons are turning. They're returning. Uh-oh, X Snow is teetering on the edge.
The EMP has taken out the energy from the railguns. It looks like Nick has tried turning off the railguns to prevent the EMP from taking energy from them. Oh, here comes the deck cannons. That is not looking good.
That is a rough bit of damage there. However, it would seem that they do not care, as they are just going to sacrifice those railguns in order to get back into the ring, hopefully.
Yeah, in fact, actually, removing
However,
those rails might
here
help.
here comes some missiles. It's a shame they didn't put any point defense on there, because that's gonna just slam right into the back.
And they're already
taking-
very weakened from the Ring of Death. Down to like 25% health remaining.
And there goes a majority of their railguns. All
As
they
a
need
hot
to do,
knife cuts through butter. These missiles
all
are
they
cutting
really need
through.
to do is they just need to get back inside of the ring and turn around and then take out this one missile avoider. Sledge. And now begins the turn. They're back inside, turn back on the railguns.
Oh, it
However,
looks like
here come the
Ultra is gonna
missiles.
ram them out.
Oh
the ring.
no! And that will be it for Team 1. I do believe that just spells game. However, I
Yeah,
have been
so-
proven wrong before, but unfortunately they have that one horn, which is going to push that missile avoider out of the way of their cannons. That is the end. Finito. Unless... Can they do it? Ah, that is their final
Very
death knell.
close.
They tried. They tried
No,
very
they still
hard.
have one more shot. They have one more shot remaining. They
It
can
doesn't
still
look
do
like it. It would seem that they have no power to their railguns. They are out. And that is the end for Team
Oh,
1.
yep.
Team 2 moves on. Tippy C and Ultra 4.
Yeah, so next
Wait.
up we have the Destroyer and Cosmic versus Robo Bunny and Eno Shade.
Oh, it would seem that I think maybe playing Jeopardy music might have been a mistake.
What?
Cause it's yeah.
Did you leave it playing the entire time?
Huh? No, that listen, alright. My stream is demonetized. I don't care. It's your stream that's apparently being worried about.
Oh, that might not be great.
Oh well.
It's not a big deal.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like we're gonna make much money off of this anyways. And it's not even my money, so Taurus can take the loss.
Ceres is gonna sue you.
Truly, for doing work for free. What a tragedy.
How dare you demonetize the stream where you guys do all the work and I get paid?
Yeah, I think I'll sue Saris for my money, you know?
Alright, well, hopping back into the match, on the left here we have Destroyer and Cosmic, both with the same railfan as we saw before, Rail Kite. And on the right side we have Robo Bunny and Eno Shade, both... No, one has a rather typical looking railfan, though it's pretty fast. And Eno Shade has a missile avoider.
Indeed.
There are really a lot of asteroids on this playing field. That's going to make the rail kites have some trouble.
Yeah, that's gonna be an issue for sure.
Missiles can actually arc around asteroids, So they have a pretty distinct advantage in tight scenarios like this.
Yeah, and especially because these rail kites don't have any defenses on the rear, they're going to be very susceptible to incoming missiles.
Yeah, they do have a lot of point defense, but again, it's battery operated. It doesn't actually have a perpetual power source, so it will only last for so long. Looks like the rail kites are splitting up. Interesting choice.
I think they attempted to go for a flank, but soon realized that Shade and Robo Bunny are very fast.
Yeah, everyone here is really fast. Slowest ship is going well over 90.
Oh, there's the first rail shot, taking out a few shields and some armor.
Really,
Oh,
though,
he is stuck
Ooh.
on the asteroid. Oh no, he's able to get out.
Ooh, that
Ooh.
hurt.
Yes.
The Railfan from Robo Bunny almost did critical damage to Cosmic's
As you can see here, though, he successfully spaced out his railgun from destroying his reactor, unlike previous contestants.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got
and
a
the
desync.
game is out of sync.
I wonder what's causing that.
Not sure. I've seen Rails do it most often, though.
Hmm.
Oh, and the Rails are already firing again.
Cosmic is being forced out of the Ring of Death there.
Oh,
Ooh,
but he is getting some good shots on the side of Robo Bunny.
Yeah. That was aimed to the reactor and almost got to it.
Yeah.
It's very close. Now, kites tend to be... If you're gonna exit the Ring of Death, you really want to be using a kite. It's kind of the best case scenario, because the entire goal of a kite is to simply not get hit. Losing a bit of health from staying outside of the ring too long doesn't really hurt much unless you're getting hit, and you're probably in a bad position then anyway.
Yeah, they don't have armor to begin with, so losing it doesn't really matter to them. And on the other hand, for a rail orbiter or rail fan, they would be less effective because they rely on having lots of heavy armor on their front end.
Yeah, with that being said though, it's still not a position you want to be in, because if you do get hit, it'll do that much more damage.
Oh, I'm noticing Cosmic does not have any fire extinguishers on his ship. That is not good, and his reactor is now on fire. I guess they
every
assumed...
tournament.
Yeah, every tournament. There's always someone who forgets their fire extinguisher.
Yeah, at this point, both rail kites have been forced outside of the ring. Just so many asteroids, they don't really have much of a choice.
Yeah, Cosmic's gonna have to act fast if he wants to do any more damage before he blows up. Comes another good shot from Destroyer, but it does not penetrate.
Yeah, Shade's ship there has so much armor and shielding, it's gonna take a lot of damage. I think realistically the only way that the rail kites are gonna be able to destroy that ship is if they get a side or back shot.
Oh, a reactor is taken out on Robo Bunny. He had rotated too much to the side. But Destroyer is also stuck on an asteroid currently.
Yeah. And there goes the rest of that ship. So it's only Shade left.
Shade left, but Cosmic is also about to go down.
Yeah, Shade, even though he's currently in a 2v1 scenario, his ship is a lot healthier still.
Everything
still
is
fully
on
functional.
fire. Yeah. Destroyer definitely has a very, very untouched ship.
Well, he has an untouched ship, but he's still pretty stuck on
And
that asteroid.
there goes Cosmic's control room. I thought the reactor was going to go first for sure. Oh, and there goes. Oh, the rails are getting through. The bridge is at 50, or well, 60% health.
It's going to be a battle of attrition, because that point defense is not going to last much longer.
Nope. He's already running down to 4 or 5 batteries left in each of the power storages.
And you can see some missiles arcing around behind anyway.
And those shields just keep regenerating. He's gonna need to change his tactics if he wants to get through.
Well, once all the armor in the way is destroyed, even with that amount of shields, it can't quite stop a full rail fan. Ooh!
True. There it goes. Yeah. It's now gone through all the armor. Oh, and he removed some of the shields too. That's,
Yeah. That's real bad for Shade. Looks like the point defense is about to run out of power, though. This is going to come down
Which
to the
will run
wire.
out first, the armor or the point defense?
Looks like
It's-
Destroyer is still trying to go for that reactor. Interesting
Yeah.
choice.
I think the point defense is going to run out first here, because it is down to only a handful of online point defense now.
I'm not sure, actually, that the point defense running out is going to make a difference. I think this is going to be death by ring.
Yeah, you're right. There
Yeah,
is
destroyer
not
ship is-
very much health on all of their parts.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got 200 health on his control room. And there it goes.
There
The
it goes.
reactor killed by the Ring of Death. Good game.
Very, very close match. Alright, so Team 2 takes the first victory. Team 1 will probably be switching ships. Or, you know, they might stick to their ships and hope they don't get quite as unlucky with the asteroids. So, while we have a bit of a break here, I think it's a good time to explain exactly how the Ring of Death works. So, a common misconception is that it just deals damage to any ships outside of it. What it actually does is prioritizes the parts with the most health. It'll look at the whole ship, see what part has the most health, and then do a little bit of damage to it and just repeat that over and over. So if you have a part that's critically damaged and you enter the ring for a while, that part may not be the first to explode. Usually, Ring of Death damage only affects how deep penetrating weapons will hit, and whatever explodes first is pretty much random.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Alright.
Team 1 has opted to keep using those rail fans. A little bit of an interesting choice, but playing field is definitely a lot more open this time.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of asteroids in the center.
Actually, this is the exact same matchup as before.
Oh yeah, they didn't change their ships at all. Yeah, the field changing shapes is going to cause a lot more difference now. So this match is probably not going to go anywhere near similar.
It might not. Asteroids are a great way to prevent kite ships from being that overpowered. But it's a little bit of random chance. Kind of a slow start from everyone. We can't see it as observers, but they're probably communicating through team chat right now, trying to figure out how they want to approach this fight. Destroyer looks to be lining up a shot. not quite in range. Oh, it's worth noting, actually, that those rail kites actually outrange Robo-Bunny's ship by a little, because they have more
Oh, yeah.
accelerators. Yeah,
Appears
you
to
can see
be-
right there. Not by much, but it's noticeable.
Yeah, it's 7 accelerators versus what looks like to be 8. Yeah, so just a little bit more.
8 being the max range.
Yeah. But not the maximum damage or penetration.
No, it continues to speed up and do more damage and everything, but range caps at 8 accelerators.
Cosmic
Initiate
has
is-
gotten stuck on an asteroid a little bit.
Initiate is just charging in head on. It's a little dangerous, but could pay off. Yeah, Cosmic is definitely in a bad position there.
Yeah. Oh, and another desync. Make sure to try pausing the game if you can.
I tried, it didn't let me.
It doesn't go. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it paused for like a second and then unpaused.
Yeah, that's the ping syncing back up.
Oh,
Alright,
I
well
see.
that volley destroyed one of the rail guns on Robo Bunny's ship there. Oddly
Yeah.
enough, because of the desync, it didn't
Wow.
actually fully self-destruct it.
That is an interesting predicament. That loader is actually right next to his control room, so it would have been pretty detrimental for that to explode.
I'm assuming he has it set up so that that's not going to instantly.
Oh,
destruct
there goes
the
a reactor on Eno Shade. Who's getting a bit too close to the sun there.
Yeah, and he's lost his control
Oh,
room. He's
and
out.
there goes a Cosmic's ship spinning out of control as it loses its command points.
So even though 2 ships are dead, they both still have live weapons. It's going to
Oh, not anymore
potentially
for
affect this.
the other railgun. It is no longer armed.
Yeah. Enoshade, though, weapons are still fully operational even though there's no control room left.
Yeah,
So he's basically a big hazard in the arena now.
but Destroyer is gonna try to maneuver to the other side, so it's not as an issue. Oh, it looks like a rear chunk got taken out of Robo Bunny's ship from that rail, which is causing a fire.
Yeah, one of
And
those.
For some
early
reason, the
volleys.
game is not letting me spectate ships anymore since that desync happened. So I have no idea if there's a fire extinguisher in there or not. Though it looks like it's dying down, so. Oh, there goes the reactor.
And the control room.
Oh, then
Well,
what is
there-
living?
There's one control room
Enoshade?
left.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
I think
there is
he's...
one.
No, he does still have command points left. Destroyer, those really, really far outside the ring. He doesn't want to stay there for long.
Yeah, not sure what his plan is. He just wants to stay out of range, I guess.
I guess so.
I don't think that's really ideal. I mean, he is trying to move in now.
Well, but he's really slow moving forwards. It's an interesting predicament, actually. At this point, the rail kite is having logistical issues. Can't really get a full rail fan going.
Yeah.
Alright, so he's made the decision to try and get back inside the ring and risk getting hit. Oh!
Yep, there goes the reactor. That one
Yeah.
well-timed shot from Robo Bunny. Good game.
Good game. That was a very, very lucky shot.
Yeah. So is second win? Or no, this was still
Yes.
round one. No,
No.
that was round two. That was round
Round 2. Team 2 advances. Team 1 will be seeing in the losers bracket tomorrow. Good
two.
games.
It's good game.
All right. So, I suppose it is time for me to take over. In Team 1, we have Noosmus, Immortal, and Polar Bear. You need to be in observers. Team 2, we have Zikwe and Slowking. It seems that Zikwe and Slowking have used... Well, Slowking has used 100% of their credits. Zikwe is at 80, and these two over here seem to have about 2,300 some to spare. Still waiting on Immortal to be ready.
Please ignore the round two text on our graphic. I did not have time to change it.
Huh?
It says round two. It's round one.
No,
but-
I laughed.
Oh.
I didn't go, huh?
Her?
Huh? Wah? Alright, we're good to go. 3, 2, 1. Kapuya! Booyah kacha.
All right, so starting on the left, we have Midnight Sun again. It's a orbiter railfan we've seen before from Noosmus, and Immortal is bringing a new ship, the Stellar Rupture, which is a missile orbiter / avoider.
quite
Over
interesting.
here, yeah,
It's-
what?
It's outfitted with ions as well as regular
Wait.
missiles.
Where? Oh, you mean EMP
Oh,
missiles?
sorry, EMPs.
Yeah. It does have EMPs. That is going to be helpful, but I don't think there's any energy-based ships on the other team. So
On Team 2, I've seen this design before. We saw it last time. It's just a massive armor up front and a bunch of nukes and missiles.
yeah, massive armor that is also removable in case he wants to try kiting.
So we've got a lot of missiles
Yeah, he's got a nuke missile barge
and one
And-
railfan, which I think the railfan is going to decide this.
Yeah, and Zikwe is also bringing a standard missile orbiter. So
All right,
it'll
Team
be
2 has
interesting.
taken the center. They're in the wide opens and they can leverage their missiles however they like.
It'll be interesting to see how Slowking and Zikwe will try teaming up since they're very different speeds. Meanwhile, Noosmus is quite far away from Immortal. Suppose they're also trying to plan a flank.
I do believe Zikwe might be trying to go for a flank on Noosmus, as Noosmus's rear is one of the only weak points that we've ever seen in this build, besides shooting right down its throat. And since Team 2 does not have any railguns, it is going to be rough for them.
Looked like all the competitors actually brought fire extinguishers this time. That will be nice. Very useful. as the game crawls to a halt. It looks like both teams are going to combine in the center.
Now that would be interesting. Ships combining in the middle of combat and then boarding actions taking place.
Yes. Pretty sure boarding parties has been one of the most requested features
Oh yeah, I
since
know.
it was named Starlight.
Trust
I mean,
me,
we finally have some of the technology capable of doing that. I mean, technically in the first beta release of the early access on Steam, there was boarding,
Alright, heads
but
up.
it was removed. It was removed during the public, so.
I do believe we are now in engagement range. Just barely. It looks like everybody's holding their fire, though. Like, Noosmus should be able to loose off a railgun shot right about...
No.
If they turn a little bit to the left.
They're still going straight. I wonder what their plan is. I think they're trying to get around the missile orbiter.
Oh, Missile Orbiter has started launching their barrage of missiles, which is probably going to drill a neat little hole right through Midnight Sun's armor, just barely.
Although, Noosmus is going to be going pretty fast, perpendicular to the missiles. So it might be able to dodge these.
I don't know. Moving a little bit too slow for me to tell.
Yeah. The illusion of motion is a bit lost at these frame rates.
It's gonna hit.
Oh yeah, it's hidden for sure, but it's a little bit spread out.
It's not gonna drill a neat little hole. It's gonna, yeah, like you said, it's gonna spread out. However, that is a weak spot in the armor of the Midnight Sun at this point.
See, if Zaquay had just put a rail on the front of his missile orbiter, he would have a great opportunity right now.
The nuclear fusion is just running away? I think they don't want to be within range of that rail fan.
And he's released his front armor to go into kiter mode. Not sure what his plan is there.
Stellar Rupture has launched their
EMPs.
EMP missiles. Thank you. Floundering there. Oh, and the Midnight Sun is starting to turn towards Zaquay.
Yeah, his flank was not successful, but he is now lining up for his first shot.
Meanwhile, the nuclear fusion is succeeding at being a kite. The missiles...
Yeah, one of the advantages of kiting is your weapons are actually longer ranged, since they can basically use the momentum from your enemy to increase their projectile speed, basically. Since you think of it relatively, the drag that's Cosmoteer puts on all weapons, basically, is going to actually push them faster towards the enemy.
So as a
Since
side
they're already
note,
moving backwards.
As a side note, Zaquay's missile barge is actually doing a number on Noosmus, as Noosmus cannot outmaneuver Zaquay for whatever reason. Nuclear fusion has disengaged from the combat entirely, and Immortal is now moving towards Zaquay. However, Zaquay's missiles do seem to be lining up for quite the run on Noosmus's ship.
Unless he can turn in time, this is going to be quite the damaging hit.
And a few sneak by and actually strike the engines, causing a actual chain reaction in the engines.
Oh.
There
is
goes
not great.
Noosmis's maneuverability, unable to turn.
But he
right.
is getting a good rail shot lined up.
Unfortunately, it is intercepted by the deceptive Luna Dial's design for armor. However, it would seem that Immortal's Stellar Rupture is actually going to get a few good licks in with their missiles. And that is the Midnight Sun, crippled for maneuverability for the most part. It can still turn. However, a lot of its...
Slokin is now coming in, flanking Zequay, and launching his nukes.
Gotta love
Immortal
it.
and Zequay are not in the position to dodge any nukes since they are pinned to each other. Even worse than being pinned to an asteroid. Oh, they might just dodge. That is quite a narrow hit. Noosmis firing on Slokin.
Slowking managing to minimize the damage by turning just in time to cause the rail shots to hit fractions of seconds next to each other on the armor. However, it would seem that the Zequay's Luna Dial is not as lucky, as it is taken a beating.
Immortal is taking quite a few missile hits. Down a lot of DPS now. It's
Mostly
lost
EMP.
half of its missiles.
Oh dear. I do believe Team 2 has quite the upper hand here. Maneuverability is very important in this stage of the game.
Yeah, but damage output is also quite vital to actually winning the match. If Slooking continues to stay in the ROD, I don't think he's going to last.
Which is quite a strange
longer.
decision.
Yeah. I'm not sure where he's planning to go, especially with the fact that he's turning sideways. He has the same... Oh, well, I guess it's slightly faster backwards, but it's very balanced thrust, so there's no reason to flip around.
Zequay and Noosmis are now locked in a spin. Immortal following Slowking outside of the ring. Noosmis continues to vent missiles, and Zequay's missiles are actually starting to catch up with Immortal, ripping away some of the armor. Slowking seems to be maneuvering back inside the ring at an alarming rate. However, a stray EMP actually manages to graze the control room, causing it to slow down. A few nukes are now headed the way of Immortal, however, that doesn't really seem to be slowing the hunk of armor down at all. Meanwhile, over at Noosmis and Zequay's location, Noosmis is pounding away pointlessly on Zequay's frontal armor, as his armor is way too thick.
He has almost lost all of his rear thrust.
Zequay is just
thrust left.
Zequay is just waiting until one of his missiles strikes that control center. Meanwhile, outside of the ring,
there it goes. Noosmis is down, and
that is the end of
there's
Noosmis.
Only Immortal is left on Team 1.
Slowking continues to just slam nukes down the throat of Immortal, but Immortal's armor and shield setup is quite impressive. That being said, they just lost a massive bank of their shields to power failure.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't lose the shields themselves. They're powered down. Meanwhile, Slowking makes their way back inside of the circle with a heavily damaged ship. Trading places with Zequay, who is now going to be engaging with Immortal.
And Zagwe has nearly no damage to that massive chunk of front armor. Yeah, this is going to be a tough match for Immortal to win.
I would say there is not a 0 chance that they could turn it around, but at the same time, it's that's pretty unlikely.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of raw numbers, you're just going against a missile orbiter that's like twice as strong and twice as damaging as you.
And not only that, but Slowking's nuclear fusion still has nukes to spare.
Yeah.
That being said, it just launched 7 of them.
7, yeah.
And they all miss.
They all miss. Don't
However,
fire nukes when your enemy is perpendicular to you.
Here comes Zikwe with a mess load of missiles, which are actually just not going to make it. Yeah, they're missing.
But they will come back around, I think. Or not? Let's see.
It is quite possible they have swapped directions and have begun to reverse course right into Immortal.
Yeah, here they come. He's now getting sailed from missiles from both sides. That's one of the problems with dodging missiles, is they will come back either way. So either deal with them now or you deal with them later.
And I do believe that is the end of Immortal. All they have left is a couple of... Yep, there we go.
Yep, that's game. They have forfeited.
Alright, so it's 1-1?
No, that was the first match, I believe,
Oh.
right? Yeah, it's just been a while.
Okay.
Wait, yes, that has been the first match. I'm too tired.
Same here. It's way too
Yeah.
early. It's not early. I should have been sleeping.
And on the plus side, if you look at the graphic, it's now correct that it is actually round 2.
I should have been sleeping about 8 hours ago.
Yeah.
Ugh, jeez. Alright. Noosmus and Immortal are, I think, picking new ships. Zikwe and Slowking are keeping their ships. Noosmus doesn't seem to be swapping out the Midnight Sun. But Immortal has chosen the Moon Eclipse. Are they going to be doing the dynamic... Not the dynamic, but the color-coded catastrophe? It would seem everybody is ready. 3, 2, 1...
Right, and this time Noosmus bringing the same ship, but Immortal is bringing the nuke version for some extra armor ripping capabilities. Slowking is bringing the same ship as well as the Quay.
I don't think that Team 2 is going to be able to stand up to this double railfan.
Perhaps, but last round we didn't actually see Slowking use his frontal armor, but this time it might be wise for him to leave it on.
We also didn't see Noosmus use their railgun all that much. Didn't leverage it as much.
Noosmus is again talking in Russian. I'd love to know what he's actually saying.
I'm sure somebody on my stream will translate it eventually. But until then, we will be left to wonder. Alright, it would seem Team 2 is sort of orbiting around the center of the map. They do seem to be in a very advantageous position to defend. Actually, not really defend, if I'm being honest. They don't have a lot of asteroids to hide behind. Do you have any idea how many more rounds we have after this?
Yeah, let me check. So currently we are on, this is Noosmus Immortals, okay.
This is 7.
Yeah, around. Yeah, so I think we have, I believe, 1, 2, 3 more rounds, and then the final will be the last round. So I think total of 4 rounds.
Okay.
So, yeah. It is 4 p.m. I cannot believe it. I think most of the game has been Immortal specifically. Making the games last about twice as long from his connection, but it's what they have to deal with, I guess. Loki, out of pure boredom, is firing missiles into his teammate. Should have turned friendly fire on. Quite the hit there.
Honestly, these are veteran pilots. They should know better. Alright. Alright, first blood will be going to Immortal as they slap some new dents into Zequay, who responds by launching a bevy of missiles, getting sideswiped by Noosmus, as it would seem that Team 1...
Oh, and the nukes all miss, basically. Oh, one got hit.
I don't know about that.
Oh no, they do hit. They do hit. It's just...
And it would seem Noosmus has actually punched a few holes in the back of Zequay. Zequay's missiles putting some new dents into Immortal. So some good trades all around, except that it would seem Team 2 has taken the brunt of the anger displayed here today. What am I saying?
You're commentating.
I am.
Team 2, if you can see from the health bar above, has taken a little bit more damage.
Oh, here comes
all
some
ships
rail.
are still fully functional. Yeah, those rails are really struggling to get through Zequay's armor.
Zequay is positioning properly, trying to...
Although if he creeps forward a little bit more, Noosmus might have a good shot on him.
Yeah, he is definitely opening himself up for another shot. However, Noosmus spends their shot...
Noosmus is instead
cutting
Slowking, who was not quite paying attention to the other rail.
That looks like the end of Slowking right there.
Yep.
It's too much damage.
He has released his frontal armor. Interesting strategy.
Possibly reduces the amount of energy used by their engines, so that they last a little longer.
Yeah, he's just increasing his speed mostly, so he can try to avoid.
However,
the next
it
rails.
is all for naught as.
Nope, he's still alive. It just missed. Grazed by.
However, it would seem Immortal is probably going to have a very clear shot to Zequay's.
And he's gonna have a lot of nukes in his rear.
Yeah, but so is
Slowking.
Slowking.
And so is Slowking, yeah. but Slowking can't dodge.
You say that.
I mean, he blocked it. He just took it right in the face. I don't know how you call that dodging.
Eh.
Wow, that was quite the move from Immortal, doing the spin maneuver.
We call it a sacrificial dodge.
Sacrificial dodge, right. What did you...
Oh,
Some rails. They're trying to snipe out our last control room, but he is able to rotate just enough
Oh,
for another glancing blow.
oh! Staying in the combat as basically just a distraction at this point.
Yeah. They're gonna have a hard time cutting through Zakuei's armor once they finally do start to attack it. Looks like they are gonna run into each other, which is not gonna be ideal for rails. Although it looks like there's not much choice as Zakuei is pushing them into each other. At this point, I would be just auto-firing my rails to get rid of as much armor as I could.
Those nukes are not going to do a damn bit of good as they are all pointed right into the back of his... Yeah.
Teammate, yeah. See, that would have been a very killing blow if we had friendly fire on.
That would have also been a very useful blow against their enemies, as it might have actually taken out one of the railguns of the Moon Eclipse, as they actually have a serious dent.
Yeah, if he had saved those nukes for just a little longer.
But as it stands, the twin rail fans seem to be going undefeated. Almost.
Newsman has quite a lot to say, but not a lot of understanding between our languages, so.
Alright. Immortal looses an entire rack of nukes, hoping to strip off some armor off of Zakuei.
Zakuei responding with his own language of German, it appears?
Yes. However, Zakuei does seem to be in a rather poor position as they have lost the majority of their offensive capability. This does seem to be quite the death toll.
Quite the multilingual tournament going on here. And that is game. Team 1 with a win. So Newsmus and Immortal. That means we are going into round 3 as it is 1v1.
Oh my goodness. Oh. I may have to dip here soon. I was not expecting to stay out this late.
Yeah, this is quite a long matchup.
Oh, good grief. Alright, Google Translate. Ich denke mal, dass
I'm getting direct
East.
messages notifying me that that is fact not Spanish, but it is German.
Who
Which-
said German? Who said Spanish?
If you look in the chat, I said no hablo español.
I think that means disc or something. Interesting. Hang on. It's what the German says. And I am not going to be able to do the Russian. I don't have the right keys. Blaming Tsunami Point Defense. Team 1 seems to be swapping it up with a new ship we haven't even seen. Oh no! Oh no! Newsmiths showing their favorite
Very
character.
yellow.
Favorite character from Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Zikwe pulling out the Shoutoko Legend True Administrator. Don't know what that is. But it zeroes out the amount of credits that they're allowed to use. So it must be... Oh, never mind. They've gone back to the lunar clock. I don't know, Zikwe. I don't think you should... I shouldn't be saying anything. It is interesting, however, how the rail fans seem to be dominating.
Yeah. Quite a lot of those. Most new players always say that rail fans are overpowered and need to be nerfed, but honestly, there is good ways to counter them that we've seen here. Mainly just lots and lots of armor.
Alright, it would seem everybody is ready. We see a few new ships
Alright.
here. As soon as it loads. Alright.
So on the left, we have Midnight Sun by Newsmith again, and we have Flaming Tsunami Point Defense by
Which,
Immortal.
ironically, doesn't actually have any point defense.
It
on...
does.
It
It
does.
does
It
have
does.
point defense in the
It has-
rear.
It has point defense on the back, but it has quite a lot of deck
there.
guns.
Yes, it's a lot of deck guns. It's a deck gun, rammer, and orbiter.
On Team 2, however, we have a new ship, the Highly Responsive to Prayers by Slow King, which seems to be a
Tractor beam, yeah, missile orbiter.
Ah.
I'm still not sure if that's really a good combination. Last match it did seem to work, but I don't think the tractor beams helped that much. And then Zikwe is again going for his
Well-
tried and true massive brick of armor missile orbiter.
They might be able to actually take Midnight Sun out of the running if they can use their tractor beams to just glue themselves to the hull, and just keep firing missiles. We shall see what the strategy is very shortly, as the game actually seems to be moving quickly for once. And as soon as I say that, it slows down to a crawl.
Classic.
Whoops. Alright, a little bit of asteroid shenanigans on Team 2's side of things.
I should get some battle music in here. Let's see.
I've had Ace Combat music playing this entire time.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Just
That is
grab
very
some
loud.
game OSTs. They can't
Well,
be...
I was trying to play Cosmoteer OST, but you know, Let's just turn on the in-game music, see what that sounds like.
Alright, and we have started to engage. Newsmith is about to have first blood with their rails, however, it plinks against the front armor of the Luna Dial by Zequay. Zequay firing a stream of missiles, which actually seems to just be bouncing off of the armor of the Midnight Sun. Slowking is actually doing a decent...
Rotating Immortal with his tractor beams. That is interesting.
No!
Deck cannons really don't like being rotated because their turret rotation speed is so that you really have to keep the ship steady to actually fire any shots. See, as you can see, there are only 2 or 3 of his deck cannons fired, and the rest weren't able to fire while he was rotating.
Didn't grab that firing solution. Meanwhile, the Midnight Sun looks like it's about to... No, it does not fire, strangely enough. Meanwhile, the Zequay is just chewing! They're playing with their food at this point! Although the more interesting fight does seem to be the one between Slowking and Immortal. As Slowking is using the tractor beams.
It looks like Immortal has opted to manually fire his deck cannons, realizing that they aren't able to auto-fire anymore.
However, I do believe the damage has been done in terms of DPS. Oh, it would seem that Zequay has broken through the side armor of Newsmith. Though to what effect we do not know quite yet. And Slowking has actually managed to push Immortal outside of the ring. Zequay seems to be having a really, really good shot at taking out Newsmith, as Newsmith is not firing their railguns. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I don't think Newsmith has a very good chance of actually doing any damage to Zequay's internals. And Zequay is going to keep chipping away at the rear thrust and the side armor.
Newsmith is barely there anymore in terms of armor, and it does look
Immortal
like
has been rotated and is struggling to turn back around, which will let Slow can get quite a few good shots on his thrusters.
as soon as Newsmith is out of the running, Zequay and Slowking will be able to take out Immortal with just concentrated missiles. But for the moment, it just seems to be a shove and spit battle.
Now these missiles are getting close to the reactor. Slowking rotating Immortal once again. Point defense are helping him out a little, but he is now being pushed against the asteroid by the tractor beams. That is the first time I've seen someone actually use an asteroid as a weapon in terms of using tractor beams with it. That is interesting.
I missed something fantastic, didn't I?
Yeah, he got completely pinned against that asteroid. I don't think there's any way out of there.
And now they just have to sit there and wail on them.
Yep.
I do
There's
believe
definitely
Team 2 has eked out an almost cemented victory. Except that the Midnight Sun has actually started firing upon... Noosphis has actually started firing upon Slowking, which doesn't really seem to have done much damage, actually.
Noosphis has realized if he turns his exposed parts towards the enemy can't hit him. That's an interesting strategy there. But yeah, I definitely ate my own words of saying those tractor beams were kind of useless, but that definitely proved to be an extremely powerful weapon when you use an asteroid with tractor beams.
It would
All right,
seem
and that's game.
Team 1 has forfeited the match, and that Team 2 will be moving on.
Yeah, next up is going to be Saurus and Koala against Ultra and TPC.
Right, so everyone already has their ships queued up here. I think everyone was ready. I don't know what's going on with Team 2 there.
Of course, going with the blue pages as they did last tournament. Seemed to work well for them last time.
Yeah, that was a really effective design last tournament.
Oh, okay. Saurus is currently away. Ultra is now speaking Chinese, it looks like. Fortunately, the stream will not be able to see that because it is covered.
You're all translated. It's going to be bad, I'm dying, and it's going to be gorgeous. Gosh, I'm scared. Who translated it? Well, I think it's going to be some kind of Easter egg or something. Good luck, future me.
Luck future me.
And then the second message does not want to translate. Ah, Saris, we had so much waiting time.
He's clearly just stolid because he knows he's going to lose this match.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's also the reason Saurus put himself at like the last match in the set. So, I mean, clearly a biased game here. Yeah, it's unfortunate I wasn't able to finish the bracket on time.
Okay. Thank you all for watching. I've been Atris Aport. That was my perspective on the tournament that I was co-hosting. Go check out Saris on Twitch. I think that's where the rest of the stuff is. We shall see, we shall see.